Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Only a Carpathian would come back to life now and choose New York. Pasty thick. Bonehead.
We were every bit the force. We live, we breathe, we sweat, we paid the price to be the best. Never been about the boys in the office. The boys that have gone out there night in and night out, doing everything they could to be the very best at what they chose to do in their life. Those boys are here tonight.
Well, I must have been away too long because my feelings are dead. I feel no remorse.
I only am who I am because I was born that way. I have a gift, and I am trying to not be selfish about it, but to use it.
My job consists of basically masking my contempt for the assholes in charge. And at least once a day, retiring to the men's room so I can jerk off while I fantasize about a life that doesn't so closely resemble hell.
It's my house, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Grab a dog. I choke him, and I kick the shit out of him. And I all day long, I put up a dog's ass. That's bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Go back to bed, America. Your government has figured out how it all transpired. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control again. Here you go, America. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you.
Sometimes shit happens. Someone has to deal with it. And who are you going to call?
Oh, you guys like to tell jokes and giggle and kid around, huh? Giggling like a bunch of young broads in a school. Well, let me tell a joke.
And boom goes the dynamite.
So you wanna jump out your trick bag and ease on into hip bag, but you ain't just exactly sure what's hip. You started to let your hair go find you a new you, and maybe even manage to raise your conscious level. While you're striving to find the right road, there's one thing you should know. What's hip today might become passé. What is hip? Tell me if you think you know. What is hip? If you're really hip, the past in the years will show you in a hip trip. Maybe hip is a hip. What is hip? Think about it, y'all.
All right, I have no idea what that was, Earl. It's the Ron and Fez show. Earl, it was a, what was that, a look back for you?
That was classic TOP, Tower of Power.
Tower of Power, who weren't even big in 76. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, they were on the downward slide there, but it's such a badass tune.
They weren't big in 74. They never were above board, just so you know it, Earl.
They had some nerve calling themselves Tower of Power then.
Well, the horn section would go out with everybody. The Tower of Power horns, everybody would yell after the fact. All right.
That sounded like one of those black exploitation movie action scenes.
Friday is Funk Day for Earl. He gets a Friday funk thing, and that might have been from Across the 110th Street, the great blaxploitation film.
Holla.
So, it's the Ron and Fez show. Ron's here. Fez is here.
Hiya.
And Fez, look who came in, hopefully, with an olive branch for you. It's Anthony.
Jesse Jackson.
In my teeth, an olive branch. Yeah, just a little peace gesture between the shows.
That's nice.
Although I know I didn't ever have a problem with you guys.
Well,
never me.
It's you, of course, have always been there for Fez.
Exactly. I appreciate that. And you respect people. You respect people at the job, the co-workers. You respect people's bodies, and that's what I appreciate.
That's what I'm all about. Diversity, anything like that. Nothing bothers me like that. A lifestyle, things like that. Whatever you want to do.
Gay Chinese guy, you don't care.
I'm fine with it. No. I don't care. Yeah,
that's nice.
And I just I wanted to come in and say I have no problem with you guys. Now, Opie and Norton, you guys sort that out how you want.
Right.
I'm just here to say, I'm fine with you guys.
All right, that's beautiful, Fez.
I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate the fact that you can keep your hands to yourself.
And divide and conquer. Nothing better than divide and conquer.
Whatever works, right?
That's exactly right. Pull them apart. Well, Norton wasn't even there today.
No. He's off doing one of his ha-ha funny shows.
Yeah, it's always funny.
Whatever that is.
Right.
And from what I understand, Opie won't be in for the next week.
Really? What are you saying?
Exactly. I'm saying that when things got settled in HR, people can call things vacations all they want, when maybe it's more like a suspension.
Suspension.
Mm-hmm. And who's here? I am.
You are here.
I'm here. Where's Opie and Norton next week?
Suspended.
Not here.
I'm here, too, which shows that I wasn't suspended or anything.
Right.
I'm glad management was able to see that.
You know what? There's no reason for you to do the show all by yourself next week. That's too much.
No, that's why I asked Elo if I could just maybe take off some vacation time during the suspension, and he said sure.
I am so sorry you got caught up in this.
Yeah. I didn't want to either, but it's part of radio. We all know it. You know, people that are your friends, turn around the next day, the knife is in the back.
Grab ass should not be part of radio. Not out in the hallway.
It always has been.
Wait a minute.
During my whole career.
Maybe in here, when the mics are on, when the on-air light is lit, but not out in that hallway, not up against the lockers.
And obviously with listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Yeah. We've always had that, pair of Who tickets on our cock. How are you going to win these, honey? How are you going to win these?
I'd be single if you couldn't grab ass with the listeners.
Oh, yeah, it would be impossible. You would never date. You would never know women.
Jesus.
It's just terrible. Wasn't Opie drunk coming in this morning? There was a rumor that he was drunk?
Things are being said. Different lifestyle, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen him like that. But, yeah, people smelling booze on his breath, slurring his words.
Why can't Fez seem to fit in? I notice wherever we go, Fez never gets the opportunity to sit at the cool table.
I'm a nice enough guy.
You are. You're good people.
I'm always there.
Yeah.
Always being tripped walking by the cool table.
Yeah.
Food ends up on the floor. He's got to clean it up as everyone laughs.
My book's knocked out of my hands.
All the time.
I just got to quit carrying books. There's not even any need for them here.
Why don't we do this?
Yeah, why do you come here to work with books?
That's a problem. Well, he carries them across his chest.
I know. I knocked a biology book out of his hand. It's like radio.
Yeah. He doesn't need it anymore. Why don't we do this, Fez? Why don't you have a meltdown panic attack in front of Anthony so he sees that I don't make this shit up?
Because listening, you really get the impression that it's a theater of the mind.
Right.
And here goes a panic attack. You think it's back and you're going to ride a horse away and have some coconuts on the console to make little sounds.
I'm not creating a Foley studio.
A Foley studio, that's it.
For my panic attack.
Look, thunder! Big piece of sheet metal.
That makes me nervous.
That could be Earl's job over there. And then the dog came in. Woof, woof. No, why don't you do that thing where you get your papers mixed up, and then it looks like you're going to faint. And you just...
No. Does he actually almost fall off his chair?
He starts all that, and then I have to do the old, yeah, exactly, Fez. I won't look at him until he settles himself like his cock accidentally popped out.
Here's how you know it starts. When I take both hands and latch onto the tabletop.
You got to grab?
Yeah, because if I don't, it'll take off like a spaceship with me dangling on the outside of it.
Do you get really, like, bad ones? Because I used to, back in my 20s and stuff, I used to get them. And this was right after I stopped doing coke.
Right, that's always a problem. Coming off any drug is a huge problem. Alcohol. Yeah.
And one day I'm walking home. I took off the day from work because I was drunk the day before. Of course, I was so hungover that I had to take off of work. And I decided to go to the corner deli, get myself a big Hero sandwich. And I'm walking back to the house. And I looked at my arm and the bag that it was holding. And it was like, that doesn't look like my arm. Like it's connected to me. And then all of a sudden I just, cold sweat shakes, lost my mind, had a complete panic attack. And that lasted for 8 years of just waking up going, well, am I going to have one today?
Yeah.
This is going to be grand. And then one day I just said, like, you know something? Fuck it. Whatever's going to happen, if I'm going to go crazy and in my underwear run out in the street pulling my hair out going, woohoo, woohoo, whatever's going to happen, happen. Go ahead, do it. And when it didn't happen, you started getting over it, and that was it.
You know, the weirdest thing, because I went and read about this stuff before, if you try to bring it on, if you try to make it even more powerful, it'll go away.
Yeah.
So it's really about holding on too tight.
Right. Try to empower it, and it'll go away, because it's never as strong as you think it is.
Yeah.
And then when you sit there and you're afraid of it all day, that's when it creeps up, and he goes, hey, how you doing, buddy? I'm back. Start shaking.
Yeah, because I never know really when it's going to happen. I know
right now.
What?
No. Kidding.
Hold on. Is this room even moving?
See?
Oh,
feels like it's moving.
See?
Who smells smoke?
Palm sweat.
How could we get out of here? What if we needed to get out of here? Can we?
Yeah, we can. We would go down the stairs if we had to.
Do you get that?
Not with a locked door.
What?
Just check it to see if it's open. And did you lock your door at home?
I think I did, but it's locked, but I don't know if it's pulled to all the way.
This is your Fez's latest one, which is my new favorite, is he wants to be home by dark.
Yeah. I had one. It usually happens on Sunday night. I get that. That's when it's the worst. When the sun starts to go down on Sunday.
It's the next day's work.
Exactly.
Which isn't work, but it's kind of like you have something you have to do. You can't just spend it in bed.
It's the school feeling.
Right.
It's the school tomorrow
Sunday's
feeling.
bad.
Yeah.
Well, that was the seed that this beautiful panic plant has grown from, because now it's just about any night. I had one last night. I think it was like 7:30, and I looked outside my window and just started freaking and losing it.
For what reason?
I have no idea. I have no idea other than the fact that I looked outside.
Yeah.
See, that's what makes me crazy.
So you need like like Vulcan, a planet of dual suns.
Nice.
Where it's light all the time. If we can only get you to Vulcan.
Or let's get you a miner's hat where you just constantly, it seems light for you. he calls me one night and he goes, something's going on with the trains. I can't get home. And I'm like, well, you're going to get there, buddy. I'm just on the phone with him. And he goes, yeah, but it's getting dark. I won't be home and it'll be dark. Oh, no. And I go, does that mean Mom's not going to give you dessert? Come on, Fez. You're running the show here.
You must just be sick of it, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. I was telling him
doesn't help.
I was telling him the other day.
At first he's probably very sympathetic, but now he's just sick of it.
Yeah, after years. It gets to that point, like if you're forced to take care of your grandmother for years and years and years, and she's bedridden, and you do it, and you're cleaning her and you're feeding her, and after a while you just start slapping her. You just can't help it. You blame her for everything.
Yeah.
And then later, the hospice people are going, why is there a cigarette burn on her foot?
Oh, and it started out with good intentions.
I could have got married. I could have had a family of my own.
Just ends with her bent old nose under the pillow after you've pushed it to her face.
Gasping for my last breath.
Yeah. All right, 8 years, Fran. How long have you been dealing with this, Fez?
I would say probably 13.
Yeah. Oh, my God. See? Now, after a while.
Yeah.
But you got a few more of those issues, like the locked door or did I leave this on? Anytime I think, when I leave for, like vacation, we're going on vacation, and it's natural when you pull away to think, did I leave the light on or the stove even or this, that? I just go, you know what? Whatever happens, I'll just buy another one.
Right.
I don't care. Whatever happens. The house burned down, we'll get another one. I got insurance.
My problem with that is, like if I'm worried that the door's unlocked, you would think I would remember to lock it. I've gone back on more than one occasion, and yes, it's been unlocked.
Probably because you've been worrying about other things when you should have been locking the door.
I have left the stove on.
That it's getting dark out?
Yeah.
You have to
worried about that.
It's dark.
I only have probably about another 6-7 hours here.
He lives.
Do you do that? You look at the clock and go, oh, it's going to get dark.
It's a vampire world.
You poor bastard.
And I got to be in.
This is why Opie's harassment and teasing and your little pests, it's not helpful for him.
No, not somebody in your delicate mental state.
No, it's one more thing that I don't need to worry about.
I think I should call off any pest attacks on Fezzy because it's not healthy.
Or like Fez said, they're a bunch of faggots anyway. He don't care.
I heard some of the stuff he was saying about faggots. They don't have the balls to come after him.
He lives on Roosevelt Island in the Manhattan building.
Yeah, a lot of that I was just saying to the guys in the back after the show.
Right. But the point is, it's said. Yeah. Fez, why don't you try to break out for everybody? That's always my other favorite. When all of a sudden I look over and for no reason you have a huge rash.
Yeah.
Wait, you'll get a rash.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that I could probably produce just sitting here now. Like if I was an X-Men, lucky me, that would be my mutant power.
Rash Man.
One day he was having an extra bad show, and nothing was just working. And I look over, and he's got his shoulder exposed, and it's just like the car had... Look, I turn around now to see how it's just starting to pop out.
Yes,
yeah, I
see a little like blotchy thing.
That'll go all the way down to his belt. For no apparent reason.
Nothing, just nerves.
Yeah, and my fingers will swell up with hives. They'll be like big, giant hive bumps in between my fingers.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Any of the sweatiest part of my body will break out first.
And will you sweat a lot? Underarms?
Oh, yeah, just a mess.
Soaks.
Yeah.
We're going to have to put them away.
Yeah, are you doing anything? I mean, you seeing anyone? I don't mean, relationship.
No, the answer is no.
Yeah.
They could end up seeing his penis. That's the other problem we have.
No one's seeing the penis. No one. The cardiologist that I go to since the heart attack, he has said 3 times now, I think I really need to recommend a psychiatrist for you.
See, if he's saying that, maybe he knows best. And just sitting down chatting with somebody might help out.
But I've been to the shrinks.
Yeah.
I've taken all the pills. All the pills.
That's not...
What about this? A vacation from your problems.
Vacation from my problems.
I liked Ronnie's whole logic that this is your movie.
Right.
This is you're the writer, director, and starring in it.
And villain.
And villain. Yeah, he's after himself.
Right.
And the villain is winning. The villain's kicking your ass. It doesn't have a happy ending.
Yeah, the Death Star doesn't blow up in my movie.
But haven't you met people that don't have shit going, but they're overly confident? You know what I mean? And they're just having the best time through life.
Don't you envy those people?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like they're too dumb to realize how shitty their life is.
Envy the stupid.
Right.
Yes. ignorance is bliss. You've heard it for years, and it is so true. To be so stupid that you're just happy with a cold beer and a weekend.
You're right.
Wonderful.
Ignorance is bliss.
See, that's the problem now that I don't drink. What is a Friday to me? It is nothing.
Yeah.
This used to be the thing to happen. Friday. Couldn't wait for it.
What'd you do? Cigarettes, a little whiskey, some drugs, and you just forget everything until Monday morning when maybe you make it into work. But that weekend was what you worked for.
That was it.
Now it might as well be a Tuesday. Who cares?
Trying to find the perfect high, the exact perfect place before you're too drunk or too stoned.
Right.
Just what would it take? Is it 8 beers, 2 joints, and a Valium? What exactly is it?
That combination would have to be perfect.
Right. And you know how some people said, well, I experimented with drugs. I really did. I really tried to come out to go, where is that blissful
You crunched
feeling?
numbers, and there was documentation.
A fucking lab coat on. I was just... I really... yeah. And no one, all the studies that we do, no one's ever come up with the perfect high. No corporation or government team, no college have ever said, here's the exact perfect high.
And there
for
could
your
be
weight and
mixtures,
height.
like you were talking about. Like, you could have 4 beers, and that seems like nothing. But mixed with some Valium, a Xanax, a few of these things, now you got a problem.
Right.
Yeah, but then you could do maybe 12 beers, nothing else.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
But does it sustain? That's the problem. You ever just have that perfect high, and it either drops down a little too low, or you go overboard.
And you got to bring it back.
Start hugging your friends. You know what I mean? You don't know where.
Yeah.
You can't keep it. It's like you're just teetering.
You can't stop drinking.
No.
There's no way. When you start drinking, you can't stop and go, I'm going to stop for an hour.
Right.
And then I'll resume.
Yeah.
You got to constantly have the drink in your hand, pounding it down. So that's why you end up,
Right.
I love you, man.
Yeah.
All just...
You know.
Yeah.
You fucking know. I don't have to tell you.
And have you ever drank yourself sober? Where it's been like an all-day drinking marathon? And
I've heard about that, but...
You're drinking, and all of a sudden, you just don't feel it anymore.
Usually when the sun comes up, though.
The sun comes up, the horrible feeling of the sun coming up. One time, I came out of a blackout. So it's like, suddenly, like normally you're like, hey, I woke up. What did I do last night? I was at that point without falling asleep.
Yeah.
And I guess because I got shocked back into it, because I'm driving on the sidewalk of the street next to this girl who's crying and screaming, going, "You gotta kill us!" And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Let me move this over. What exactly happened?
Could you fill me in on the past few miles? Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
Tequila is one of those things where if you've studied tequila and other drugs and alcohol and stuff, you really don't need much of anything else, like Valium or anything. Tequila on its
own,
a
little more like a drug than alcohol.
Will screw you up.
Yeah.
And I was drinking that one night, and this was one of the very few blackouts that I had. Woke up, I was home, but I was on the bathroom floor, and I had gotten sick and have no recollection of leaving the bar, getting home. I apparently drove myself home because my vehicle was parked slightly askew.
Sure.
And I noticed that the next morning. But you wake up and go, what happened? It's like a time machine.
Yeah, it is.
It's like you just went into a time machine and you ended up where you were when you woke up. Frightening.
And I do think you preserve those. I think that extends your life. I think you get that time back at the end of your life. So any blackout time that you got is really like not even being alive. Yeah.
It's your stoppage time, like in a soccer game.
That's handy.
How could it even happen? How could you black out that you're actually going around doing things?
You're doing stuff, but
no record whatsoever.
No recollection of it?
Yeah. But it's not like you forget the English language or how to walk.
You were obviously talking with people.
You're making deals.
You're running machinery.
I fucking sold a car one time. Didn't remember it.
Tried to park.
Maybe that's why they say the memory's the first thing to go.
Who says that?
That's an old saying. Like when people get old.
But you said this like 15 minutes ago. You keep fucking saying it over and over. Itchy.
Right already.
Itchy.
No one else is breaking out in here.
Hive man.
Well,
No.
you're not a blackout guy. You never were really a hard liquor drinker.
No, it was always mostly beer with me.
Beer and Mai Tais.
Yeah, exactly.
Fruit drinks.
Bikini teenies, that sort of thing.
Those are cute. Cosmo.
Exactly.
Fell into that stereotype, did you? Nothing worse than trying to attain the coke high that you got off the first
Can't be
toot
done.
or hit if you were smoking it or anything. The first one's just like, all right, best drug ever.
Right.
It's the greatest thing ever. You start coming down off it. It's like, okay, all you got to do is another hit, and it's just like that again. No, it's not. Now I'm out, and the whole night is attributed to finding more or picking up pretzel salt in your carpet, thinking that is a piece of it.
Yeah.
The worst drug ever. And the most magnificent.
It is true. The first blast, you finally feel like, I understand. I got it now. I know what you're maintaining perfectly. Mm-hmm. You couldn't be nicer to people. You're just like, how's everyone? Is everyone doing great? We're going to have a wonderful evening here. And it doesn't matter who you're with. You know, I've been in fucking places with, pedophile bikers. And I'm just, hey, guys, this is great. It's great to see you guys.
Great. And then as the pile goes down and gets a little smaller, people start looking at you like, I think it's my turn.
Right.
Oh, no, it was the last time around, you got the last one. Now, no, you did a longer one. And then before you know it, you're not with friends anymore.
No, you're locked in a bathroom with them banging on the door, going, you fucker, you animal.
And meanwhile, you're in there doing it, and I know there's cops outside because I see a car driving back and forth.
Awful. Awful feeling.
Awful, wonderful times.
A Whippet is a perfect high, but you get it for like 5 seconds.
And then the headache comes.
Yeah.
And you get ice cream, and now it's just some goopy white stuff on it because you ruined it.
You ruined your whipped cream.
Yeah, Whippets for me, that's for 15-year-olds. That's for,
let the kids enjoy that.
Glue fucking sniffers. I'm not going to be like Earl walking around the neighborhood with the big glue ring around my neck, my face anymore.
Nothing beats that on cops. What are you doing now? What are you doing? Oh, nothing. The guy's got like this glowing silver ring around his face.
It's like a Fred Flintstone face all of a sudden.
Homer Simpson. Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. Yeah, I've been, what's the paint cans that around you? I don't know. What's the paint around your face? Not me. I don't know.
Yeah. Earl, what's happening right now in your neighborhood? What are the black kids up to? Because that's what the rest of us will be doing in 6 months.
It's still good old-fashioned crack.
No, it hasn't been crack in a while, Earl.
Like the 80s.
Yeah.
No, what? It's crack? Oh, absolutely.
No, you're still
it's kind of going underground, but it's definitely still there.
No.
It's totally going underground. But as far as drinking, it's...
Cavassier still?
Yeah, it's still like the quasi-exotic drinks, a lot of bourbons, a lot of scotches. They try to come off as exotic drinkers.
They like to feel important.
Yeah.
Like they're closing a big business deal.
They love to overpay for champagne. That's the big thing.
The Cristal.
Yeah, Cristal now. There's a place in Manhattan selling Cristal for $6,000 a bottle.
I got to get me that.
I don't understand it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand, when you're drug dealing, you go through that money faster than if you've earned it. But still, somebody's laughing at you if you spent $6,000 for a bottle of champagne.
That's not making you look good.
Yeah, Jay-Z's place, the 40/40 Club, they'll have it in a case. And you have to have, armed guards with special keys open the liquor cabinet to get this exotic Cristal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's alcohol. It's not a diamond. It's alcohol. What's the big deal about it? It's insane to have
Earl doesn't drink.
I don't drink, but I'm like, I would never ever pay $600 for a bottle of Cristal or $6,000. That's insane. I don't care how much money I
have you ever even tasted a drink, Earl? Have you ever had a beer?
Yeah, of course.
But you didn't like it? You didn't like the high, or?
I didn't like the taste. It just wasn't me at all. And my family...
Was it exciting?
Right.
Fun to talk to?
No, and then the other part is, I guess my family is a long line of alcoholics.
Wait, hold on. Let me pick my jaw up off the fucking ground. So go ahead.
And you want to break that?
At least for me, because it's one of those deals where they cannot stop drinking. Once they start, they cannot stop
it's
until
called drinking.
Right.
No, I mean,
it's just called drinking.
No, but I mean to the point of there is nothing else important.
Yes,
whether
drinking.
it's pissing, whether
Right.
it's sleeping, whether it's
They don't piss?
Again, drinking. No one drinks like James Bond. You know, no one goes in, has a martini, puts it down, and then just goes about their business. When you start drinking, you're drinking for the night. Until you pass out, go to sleep, whatever you're doing that stops you physically from drinking. That's when you stop.
When you're around like 9 o'clock in the morning waiting for it to be okay to sell beer again, one of those deals.
Right.
So you're sitting in the parking lot of a 7-Eleven trying to deal with whatever blue lulls.
Just yelling to the guy, you open?
Yeah.
Archaic, ridiculous. You ever walk in on a Sunday just forgetting what day it is, bring up a six-pack and go, here, oh, no, it's, son of a dude, look, I'll give you $50 for this six-pack. No. Blue laws.
The sun coming up is also the worst thing that can happen to you when you're drinking. I talked about this before. I had this experience that everyone's been through it where you've been out all night, you're getting wired, you're drunk off your ass, and then you're heading home and like the sun's up and you got yesterday's clothes on. Suddenly you just feel filthy. And one time I'm sitting at a red light and I'm just feeling terrible, and I look over and I see these little kids waiting for their school bus, and they were just so fresh and alive, and I just look like
kill 'em.
the Jean Bonnet killer. I'm like fucking Aqualung. I'm just all is, and I'm like that probably was me once before I became the beast.
Young.
Can't look in the rearview mirror.
No, hell no. You're just filthy. It's just all last night's stank.
Yeah.
It's just all over you. You can just feel the toxins coming through your skin.
You ever just boot out the door? You just open the door up and just bleh. You're just throwing up as you're driving.
Right.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. It's daylight out. You're throwing up as you're driving. Makes you feel great. Got the cold, hot sweats. You know, you put the heat and the air conditioning on. Oh, is that horrid?
And you're at that low of a point, but yet you hope that the other drivers think you just have the flu, and we're trying to be a trooper, make it into work anyway.
I'll just hot coffee is pouring out so it doesn't spill on his lap. No, he's vomiting.
I'll just yell, "Don't look at me, I'm hideous."
Oh, Lord.
It's horrible.
And then that night, he'll hair of the dog.
Hair of the dog. You forget everything that happened.
You could feel like crap, and then one beer later, it's like, how was I feeling so bad?
Right. That's when you know it's an addiction. When you need that, whatever it is, that drug thing, to get back to where a normal person would
I feel so bad?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, like the cells in your body start to go, each one separately, once that drug, that alcohol, whatever it is, something in your body's doing
It's not doing its job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just craving it.
Going, screw you. Give me a drink or I'm not delivering oxygen to this organ.
Yeah. Everybody who, fucking skin pops heroin and you're just fucking enjoying it for a while. And then later you're like, I think I have a flu. I didn't, it's weird. I haven't done heroin in a couple of days. And I got this really bad cold.
No one that does heroin, that's one thing I've never touched. Only the fun drugs. A little coke, some mescaline was always fun.
Sure.
But heroin, no one that uses heroin ever looks like they're enjoying it. It definitely looks like something they have to do in order to just live.
When you talk to a junkie, he always needs to talk to somebody else besides you as quick as he can.
Yeah.
He's always waiting for a phone call. There's some guy there's a car that he's waiting to come by. He doesn't own his own time anymore.
No.
It's constantly something has to happen.
Right.
It's the worst. That's the all-time worst. Although, without a doubt, the all-time high. I swear heaven feels exactly like heroin.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why people get so hooked on it. Even, celebrities just throw everything away.
Right.
People will flush down family, friends, houses, businesses, everything.
Everything's gone.
For that feeling.
Right.
Which is just really odd.
Because it's really the feeling everyone's working for and can't get to.
Right.
So the thing is, the first thing that you mumble after doing heroin is, can we get any more? Is there more? I mean, when your spine turns to cotton, everything's going. You finally feel like a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
You become a plushie. You're just it's everything you want it to be.
We were taught to go to heaven.
And, you know, they've never tried to figure out, like, how to have some drugs that help you doing other drugs. I mean, we have these large drug companies. Mm-hmm. They've never come up with anything that helps you if you're doing acid and you want to get out of it real quick. You know, if you're tripping, there could be some kind of a quick homesick pill.
Yeah, one of those.
I'm out. Hey, I'm back.
Having a bad trip. Boom. You pop that, you're done. You're out.
Wouldn't that be phenomenal?
Then you could do anything.
Yeah.
Anything. You could do heroin, and then this is really weird, but I got to go to work in 5 minutes. Boom, you're done.
Would that be the best? That would be the drug company of drug companies.
Why aren't you working for Pfizer instead of doing
just brainstorming?
Show?
Just brainstorming for Pfizer.
You'd be in a room right now, and people would be rubbing their chins, going, "A drug that takes care of other drugs." This is brilliant, Mr. Bennick. I can't believe.
I think outside the box when it comes to a lot of this stuff.
The hour after pill.
Yeah. And I think the problem is no matter how long I've been clean, I still think, is there a way? Is there a possible way?
Because something tells me these ideas come from the necessity is the mother of invention thing, where if you had something like this, you could go back to...
And try bringing that up in an NA meeting. Hey, is there any drug that anyone knows about? Any drug? Oh, look at this fucking guy.
Oh,
the Jean Benet fake
pants
killer.
John Carr.
You called this one yesterday, but this guy is faking it.
Look, he couldn't pull this off. Look at him.
He just wanted to be the most popular boy in Thailand.
Certainly did, and he pulled that off. They're all talking about him.
He looks like a snake wearing high pants. His whole body doesn't work.
What a creep.
Yeah,
what
he
a
is.
ghoulish-looking guy.
Yeah.
Just fixated on this child murder thing. He moved to where Polly Klaas...
Yeah, Polly Klaas,
was murdered. He moved to her hometown, had copies of her death certificate.
That's weird.
Would just look into child murders. Just a weird creep who decided, I'm going to cop to this one.
But, you know, there's a whole industry, and I have friends who are like, they'll read any murder book, any serial killer, and I'm like, what are you getting out of this? And
people are fascinated.
I want to know how the brain works. I want to know what goes to his mind.
You're titillated, a little excited about it. I watch all those shows on A&E. You know, this murder of a housewife in a small town. And they get the guy and they run through everything and the murder. And I'm watching those, fascinated by it. And I don't know why I'm drawn to those things. They creep me out. They're creepy. But you got to kind of watch. It's like, oh, look at that. Bite marks on her tit. That's fascinating. And then you find yourself going like, ooh, it's kind of hot.
Right.
And they show, like, the morgue picture where her face is blurred out, but they show the bite mark on a tit, and you're like, ooh, you get a little tingle?
Yeah.
That's sick.
I remember being a kid reading Helter Skelter and just being caught up on it for a little while. Like, oh, man, look at this guy. He had a bunch of chicks.
Yeah.
Guys would kill for him.
Kill for the guy.
Writing shit on the wall and freaking out the straights. It's a weird thing,
by it. And I think that's what this guy is, just one of those freaky guys who decided, I got to get out of Thailand before they cut my balls off.
Yeah, smart move when you think about getting out of Thailand.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Get me over to Boulder, where I'll be in a jail and be able to look at the Rockies out the windows. Have nice cool air coming in.
Nice view. He doesn't have somebody smacking him. Mao! Mao!
They said 6 years ago when he got picked up in California on those kiddie porn charges when he was a school teacher or whatever.
School teacher for the 8th time.
Yeah, he called his dad because he had been arrested and told his dad, even though it was kiddie porn charges, I've been arrested in the murder of Jean-Benet Ramsey.
Yeah, he said that back in like 2001.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, when he got
5
arrested
years
for
ago,
that.
he was claiming
he was copping to it then.
He's a poser. This guy's fucking not the real deal. Everybody's writing that guy who's like, yeah, well, I helped write Stairway to Heaven. It never happened. This guy's a liar. Now, what was they just found him with pictures, or he was a kid toucher?
I thought it was something on his computer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So he had never really crossed any lines before.
As far as they know, he taught, though, in so many nations that are just known for kid
so
touching
like Costa Rica and
he'd go down to these South American countries. Yeah. He was in Korea for a while and then Thailand. You know,
right?
You're going to Thailand. You're not going to I don't think there's a Disney there. When you go to Thailand, it is to have sex with children or bring drugs back.
Yeah.
There's no other reason to go there. I love to. Oh, the scuba diving's great. Go to the Bahamas.
First of all, is there any reason for a man to be a third-grade teacher unless he wants to be a kid toucher?
Exactly.
How could a man stand that?
Situations, yeah.
No man could sit there all day with children trying to teach them things that would drive you insane.
Drive you crazy.
He never got fired from any of these teaching jobs for anything inappropriate, except that they said he would hug the children too much.
A little too much.
He was too intimate with the children.
Now, can you imagine turning on the TV and seeing your kid's old teacher fucking in this thing?
Just wondering what happened.
You would be losing it.
There's Mr. Carr.
Oh,
hey, what's he on the news for? Did he win an award for teaching? Oh, he killed Jean Benet. So he says.
My 7th grade teacher turned out to be a kid toucher. Took a couple kids from the class bowling.
Really?
Played with their balls.
Nice.
And became a big... and this was like at the time where it didn't even make the paper. He was just let go. And, if we bring this up, it'll hurt the children.
It's going to be an embarrassment.
Yeah, it'll be an embarrassment
involved.
to the kids. And I remember thinking, what's wrong with me? What is so fucking hideously ugly about me?
Didn't
that he's
take
not,
you?
Yeah, he's not interested. I'm never going to fucking date. That's all that goes through my mind.
It's gotta hurt.
We had the guidance counselor in high school who was also the women's tennis coach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
And he was let go when he was found with the girls' tennis team socks. He was collecting. And
Sock fucker?
Yeah, socks. Yeah.
What? You can't even say it, can you? So it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Sock fucker? Yes, sock fucker. So he was bachelor in her socks?
Yeah, I think they caught him in the locker room or his office or something like that.
Was it high school?
High school.
High school girl socks?
Yeah.
Something a little nice about that. I don't know what it is, but...
Where's Mr. Zof?
Didn't process it yet, but...
Probably shouldn't have said that name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, never say a name. Did you really? Was that the real name?
Yeah.
All right, that's a mistake.
I didn't say the first name.
Mr. Everybody knows Mr.
knows
Zof.
him now.
Yeah.
Coach.
Right now, he's calling ELO as we speak. Those charges were never proven.
It wasn't socks, it was tennis skirts.
Sick fucking world.
I understand panties or something, but socks, it's a little weird.
How about trying to get what's in the panties and socks? Why don't you make the move up and, go for it here. Try to find out what they wear this for. Because no one is ever interested in guys' underwear or socks. You never see a woman go, hey, I've got to have guys' socks.
No, guys are always the weirdos when it comes to that stuff. It's usually like when you do read about girls that are not even abused, they're talking about actually dating or going out. It's usually the cool janitor, like the young guy who was the dropout, the loser, but had like the cool car or something, and now he's the janitor at the school.
Yeah.
He's the guy that the girls actually have sex with.
Right, that's
with no
true.
problem.
There was always those girls in like 8th, 9th grade that had matured faster than us guys, and then like some guy would drive up in a vet and pick them up while the rest of us were riding bikes. Then by 10th grade, she was already pregnant now. She was
just done.
Gone, yeah.
Not a chance. I remember if a guy had one of these real hopped up El Caminos, it was over. She had to sit next to him. It's only 2 seats. You're there on your bicycle, locking up your bike at the bike rack.
Telling your friends that he's a jag-off.
Yeah.
Did you see the jag-off?
Guy.
But then you never want to be that guy who goes back to the school and picks up the girls. That's got to be a fucking hideous feeling.
That's got to be bad.
Yeah.
But I did that? Yeah, I was a little old at one point.
Really?
I was about 20.
Yeah.
And I was going out with a girl that was 16.
Yeah.
And she was 15 going on 16. So I had to go.
Okay.
That's arrestable at this point.
It is arrestable. But again, it was that time.
Yeah,
where, it's okay.
Mark Carr's got the same thing. John Carr has the same thing in his bio.
I had to actually go as the boyfriend to a Sweet 16 party when I was 20 years old.
Oh, Jesus.
This was embarrassing as hell. And the father is there. Mm-hmm. And it was just one of those situations where he's just leering at me. You son of a bitch, fouling my daughter. And he knew there was no way he could say anything to her because that would just make it worse. So he drove me home, had a little talk with me on the way home.
Oh, jeez.
Had to have that talk. about how he's not going to sit by as his daughter gets screwed up because of the likes of me, and I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Whatever.
He never knew at the times, too. Every weekend he would drive her to the house where we would have, like, parties and stuff at the house. He'd drive her to the house at 9 o'clock. She had to be picked up by 11, and there was nothing but fucking going on in between. It was like he was one of those guys that drove the stripper over the house.
Sure.
I'll sit out in the car, honey. Whenever you're ready, knock. If there's trouble, let me know. That's what the father was.
Oh.
And the same name as the gym teacher there, Mr.
Z?
Yeah, Mr. Coach Z.
That's weird.
Teasing, of course.
Oh, no. Fucking fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
What is with that family?
Yeah, there's something crazy going down.
Z's.
Something insane.
It's a tough old world back then. It was embarrassing, though, being at that Sweet 16, because she started crying about something.
Yeah.
It was really that's when I really thought, look, I got to step up at least a couple of years.
Right.
My days of dating girls 16 and under are so far gone. Because she's crying about like she didn't get a present she wanted. It was one of those. It wasn't even like something. And she's like, I didn't ask for this one. I asked for the blue one, and you got the red one, Mom. Mom. And I'm there going, oh my God, this is my girlfriend, and I work for a living. I have a job. I don't live at home anymore. I have a car. It was awful.
Yeah, actually, the worst thing about being a kid toucher would be having to talk to him after.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no shared interest. Once you're done raping them, yes. Why? The news is on.
Then you just feel bad,
Yeah.
and you can't talk to them. Yeah.
Here's the juice box.
Yeah. What do you think I should do with my assets here? I'm a little too liquid. Bonds. What are you doing with your money?
Stop
the
jumping
piggy
on
bank?
the bed. Stop jumping on the fucking bed. I'm serious. Remember how, like, when you were a kid, that's all you wanted to do was jump on the bed? You couldn't understand. And then the minute you have your own kids, you fucking hate them jumping on the
Don't
bed.
want them jumping on
you
the bed.
just completely flip the script and go from no one ever jumps on a bed.
What is that?
Yeah.
You're going to ruin this bed.
Yeah. You're furious at the fact that someone's jumping. But when you're a kid, I love jumping on the fucking bed.
Who didn't?
Yeah.
As a kid, you couldn't understand it. There was something bouncy in this house, and yet you can't jump on it.
Well, in a way, and I think it has to do with getting high, because you're trying to change your state, and the adults see it and they don't like it. That's why they don't like to see you turn around.
Spin around. The original buzz.
Yeah, and that's like a quick buzz, and you're like, yay! And the adults completely scream at you right from the word get.
That was like a condensed version of being drunk. You'd start spinning,
right.
It would build up, you'd feel really cool and weird, and then sick in the matter of like 15 seconds.
Fall down,
a
hit
whole
yourself.
night drinking, fall down, hurt yourself.
Hurt yourself real bad.
And you got that hangover feeling when you're done.
Right.
Will I ever feel good again? And then you're ready to spin an hour later.
Then you spin it again.
Let's get back. And it's more fun to do with your friends. Like, you never spin alone.
No.
You spin when you're with your buddies.
See if you could walk to a certain location. You're falling all over, laughing.
Just loving it.
Having fun.
And loving seeing your friends in that state.
Yeah.
Look at him fall down.
The original buzz as a kid.
Yeah.
You could do it at 5.
Yeah, you
Didn't
can.
matter.
And right away, your parents say to stop spinning.
Stop it.
Stop feeling good.
Anything fun, funny.
Right.
Don't make that face. It'll stay that way. It's just you're making your friends laugh. You're having a little fun.
That's all you're doing.
Problem.
It's terrible. There's no connection either with your parents, no matter what age you are. Even now, I have no connection. But I remember being a kid, like my dad trying to tell me about working and the depression and what he had to go through. And I remember actually was laying on the couch.
Oh, God.
with my arm hanging down, eating chips. Yeah, right. Must have been awful.
Oh. And he's just thinking about the bread lines.
Right. And I couldn't have been lazier or taken it all more for granted. I mean, I look back on it and I go, he must have looked at me like I was just the spawn of the devil.
Just a piece of crap.
I could never understand it when grandparents would force you to finish everything on the plate and would say this line, you eat it all because we don't know if we'll have food tomorrow. When they have a refrigerator and
there's cupboards, yeah, there's plenty of food.
And a pantry filled with food.
Ingrained in their head, that whole Depression era Propaganda.
In the back of my mind, I just felt like they were lying. I just actually felt like there never was a depression, and there never was a... For Christmas, 3 of us got an orange, and we were so excited.
Cherished it.
Yes. We loved that orange. We wouldn't eat it right away. We'd sit it out there, smell it, look at it. I'm just laying on the couch. Whatever. Yeah. We gonna eat cereal. Just never can. I mean, talk about coming up at a really spoiled, stupid time. And now, like, I have my own kids, and I'm like, I remember when there was no cable, and I just say, I'm like, whatever.
Cable.
Yeah.
That was the tough one. We got up and changed the channel ourselves.
We couldn't talk to our friends online. There was no online. No one cares. No one cares about one story. Listen to this, kids. It's Foghat. Listen. They don't give a fuck.
Online was the line at the record store before you could download it.
Right.
Like you kids are doing now. You stood on a real line.
We'd sit and look at the album cover.
Right.
We'd love it. We'd cherish it.
Can't clean your pot on an MP3, my friend.
I used to be so nervous with older people and their false teeth. Because every older person...
Everybody had them, yeah.
Everyone had them. I thought that, when I was a kid, I thought there was one day where the government basically showed up and said, this is your day to get your false teeth. You're getting everything yanked.
Believe it or not, they did. It happened. My chick's dad went into the Marine Corps, 17. They looked into his mouth and pulled every fucking tooth and said, this will be easier. You'll have false teeth. So, like, 17, 18, he's got fucking plates in his mouth.
Oh, my God.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. They were insane.
When was this?
This was
The
like
40s?
late 50s, where they thought it's a better idea. Like plastic was the big movement at the time.
Made out of a space-age polymer.
But a lot of those people got false teeth in their early 20s. Just going, this is a better way of dealing. Because really, what was the dentist going to do? Pull or that's it? Mm-hmm. You want us to pull it or leave it?
Now they do things like every tooth is its own entity.
Right.
Whatever to save the tooth.
Yeah.
And, get the money for the root canal and the caps and everything else.
Did any of your grandparents or parents put their false teeth in a refrigerator?
No, I grew up in a white house. Everybody was white.
No, because my father would do that because he had
stuck in a rib.
Yeah,
and he would just not stuck in.
I hear black people do that though when the light bulb goes out. That way they can open it up and it brightens up the fridge.
Such a nice big bright shine.
Yeah.
Why would they keep? Why to have a nice cool day the next day?
I have no idea. He would leave them in the dish, and one night I was like, the middle of the night, you go to get a glass of water, and I opened up the refrigerator, and there's a pair of teeth staring back at me,
and get bit.
And I got I just jumped out of I almost jumped through the ceiling because it was just. Because I didn't even realize at that point I was 6 or 7.
Were they chattering with a little wind-up key in the corner?
No, it's just like this
real teeth.
Just like lower...
Lord!
Just a pair of lower molars. And that was when I realized my father had, like, false teeth. And I just opened it up, and I just let out this big scream, and everyone's waking up and going, like, what happened? I'm like, there's a pair of teeth on the refrigerator. And I was like, that's your father's teeth. Go back to bed.
Wouldn't you love to see Earl when he was a little kid?
Oh, I just picture Stymie.
Stymie would be perfect for you, Earl.
Stymie beard.
I had a little bowler on my head. And
yeah.
I bet you were fast as hell, too. I bet you could really run. If I even look at you now, I bet you could move as a little kid.
My brother and I, we were the fastest guys on the block.
I bet. Running through adults' legs to get away. You and Petey.
That was always the thing. Is like, for whatever reason, as kids, you just want to do like these stupid random things. It was just like you'd be walking down the street. Okay, let's race. Let's go. Go. 1, 2, 3, go. And then just take off for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I mean, just these really stupid.
With a purse in each hand, both of you running as fast as you could.
No, we didn't have TVs either. But it was just stupid random games we would always play as a kid.
Running.
Running. Yeah,
just running. That's what they...
Practicing. For the black kids, that's called practicing.
Let's play running.
Want to do that running game again?
What are the rules?
We run.
All right. I'm
Go.
Go.
First one to touch Dad's teeth in the refrigerator wins.
That must have been a bitch putting him in, though. Cold teeth like that?
It can't
Why did
feel
he put him
good.
in the fridge?
That was air conditioned for him. He loved it.
He always had such cool breath.
Sitting in front of that hot TV. Honey, get my cold teeth. Get my cold teeth.
He meant a cold tea.
That way, none of the beverages had to be cold.
Tea.
He could drink no matter what beverage. It came down frosty good.
So that was his version of ice cubes.
Yeah, it basically was.
Just taking a beverage over the cold teeth would then cool it down. He's brilliant.
I'm Earl Sr., and I've invented the tooth cube.
I've never heard of this before, Earl.
My father's strange anyway, but I never figured out, because it would be like in this little compact white dish.
Like, would they go bad if you don't? What were they made out of? Pork?
No.
Why would you? I don't know what.
I have no idea. It was just one of those weird little quirks that he would have. Where he just, it was just the most unusual thing I'd ever seen before or since.
They were black-eyed peas. People thought he had cavities.
For some reason, I'm starving. Just thinking about this entire dish.
Hungry.
Bobby Flay will probably have it on the menu in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but it was definitely one of those weird little things that my father would do.
All right, I'll give you that.
It had to be weird for Earl. Boys in the Hood. Every day must have felt like Boys in the Hood.
That's all I picture. That was
You
it
guys
like
get
that,
ready to bolt?
or menace to society.
Yeah,
more Boys in the Hood.
Probably more Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, I love Menace. Out the core. Get out the core.
It was different.
What's up,
stripes.
partner? Yeah, partner. Movie's great. That's how I base my whole opinion of black people, just on that movie.
Sure.
Why not? It's a good one. They show the videotape.
What was the guy's name?
Just sorry for your mother.
What was the guy named? O-Dog? Was that Menace to Society?
I don't know. They all started with N. I didn't know O. It was just... What did I know?
A bunch of black guys.
You were a letter off.
Right, it was a letter off, but... All right.
Look, there's John Mayer. Why don't you fly back to L.A. with him?
I could
Come
do
on
that.
in, man.
I could do that.
You guys are... He's here in New York. John, Anthony's going out to L.A.
How you doing, man? How you been?
I'm all right.
He's on his way out the door right now to go to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You're going to Los Angeles?
I'm bouncing. Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Out to L.A.
If you can have the keys to your house.
Absolutely.
It's a good one.
Absolutely.
It's a good one. Don't keep any teeth in the fridge, do you? I'm a little hungry.
No.
Yeah.
It's always nice to call back for a guy who wasn't here for it.
I know.
Just hit him
And
with
they look and go, no. And he's
It's
thinking,
still good.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Fucking
good.
weird
Teeth in the
bastard.
fridge? Listen to the replay.
Did you hear about Earl running?
No.
It's a game.
Your tour start yet, John, or your...
No, I'm starting in about a week, so I've just come off a rehearsal, and now I'm doing the talk about music thing, which just pains me.
So you're talking about the album with people, and...
I do this thing now where... Have you ever stalled during an interview because you come to a fork in the road between answering the stupid question and breaking the person's neck?
Yeah.
So
I'm more the guy who asks the dumb shit.
No, but you get the thing where you go like, wow, what inspires me to write lyrics? What inspires... And you just stall because you can't even get to the next thought because you're just thinking about...
And he's thinking, and the host is probably thinking, wow, he's really thinking about
right
this.
now,
He wants to give a good, solid
giving me
answer.
the best he can come up with.
No, he wants to punch you.
Oh, okay, just answer, and I can't choose what to do, and I just break. So I'm getting better at it, though.
Cross off the inspiration question.
You're not going to answer that now.
No, I'm not.
Now I just got all scared.
Right.
As you know, I got to fly, and I just saw an advertisement for snakes on a plane. And what if?
Yeah.
You never know.
I'm just waiting for the Shakes on a Plane parody.
Going to go with that one.
Just waiting for that. I almost saw it last night, but it was Rats in a Deli on Letterman. But I'm waiting because Shakes on a Plane, someone's going to do it.
I think we went through every single combination today on the show. We had rhinoceros at the post office.
When I heard giant squid on a Segway.
Giant squid on a Segway, which would be petrifying. A giant squid, 2 wheels, that whole gyroscopic thing no one understands.
Oh, man.
Frightening.
I had the National Guard confiscate my Proactiv.
Really? It's a gel, right?
To people who need Proactiv,
right?
It's crack. If you don't, there's nothing like it. I mean, I'm not getting paid or anything, but it works. And it was totally all wrapped up.
What is that one?
That's the face wash, so you don't get the acne.
Oh, what's the stuff applied directly to the head?
Hydrochloric
acid. Applied directly to the head. Applied directly to the head.
Head on. Or
head on. Applied directly to the head.
There's the other one that goes, Leptopril burns fat. Or, fat causes something. Leptopril kills fat.
The head-on commercial, they try to give you a headache so that you have to run out and buy it immediately.
I need it. All right, to the head. I got it. Oh, all right, kids.
You're taking off, bro? All right.
I got a car waiting.
L.A.
But peace be with you.
Thanks, bro.
Like I said, olive leaf between the shows.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
All right,
if I
this
could
shit
be
is
the
over.
Condoleezza Rice.
You are.
That's how I feel. Only white.
God bless you.
No teeth in my fridge.
All right, take care, bro.
You'll get it later.
Yeah, no, he's not going to get it.
He'll never get it.
I'm gonna tell. All right, take care, guys.
See you, man.
Peace. God bless.
There you go. Love these guys.
Say that, you know.
Nice to
You could have said that into the mic, not out the door.
I know.
No more making me cry.
No, I'm going to take care of him. Boy, I never thought I'd see him crawling on his belly trying to make up with us, huh?
I heard a little bit of crosstalk this week.
Yeah, a little bit of crosstalk. A little shit happened between Opie and Fez.
Yeah,
it's gotten a little bit ugly.
Some gay stuff. I heard some gay diatribe.
It's turning almost like a gay on gay crime type thing.
A lot of those files going to be sealed.
Has there ever been a gay on gay crime ever?
Yeah, they slapped the shit out of each other. I tell everybody, people don't know this. When you may get into a situation when you go into an urban environment that you feel like you can make fun of queens and cross-dressers and shit, nobody fights as much as those queens, you know, the cross-dressers. Mm-hmm. You never want to get in a fight with one of those guys. Every one of them can throw down.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're a straight person, they have a lot of pent-up stuff they're using to take out on you. But you're talking gay on gay. I always say, gay as you want to be are still two guys.
Right.
Like, you can't, there's certain genetic chromosomal things you can't get over. The fact you're two guys. So, I don't know that you're going to, you know, my thing is like, if you're still gay, okay, if you're gay, you're still guys, right? And guys are very materialistic. We're very superficial.
Competitive.
So what happens when you go to a gay bar and you want to pick up a gay guy? If I were gay, I would be a size queen. I would be absolutely, I would be all about size. I would want some sort of identification process by way of a dog tag or something. Mm-hmm. That I could walk up to somebody, give them their blue drink, turn their tag around and go, oh, I see. Where are you from?
And so then you'd be into it.
Then I'd be into it. Gay still doesn't take you out of being a guy.
I wonder if the competitive thing, though, do you want a guy that has a bigger cock or smaller cock than you?
I think that probably depends on what you want to do with it.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
If it's going up your ass, small. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't thought that far through.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get some graph paper and work on it.
Yeah, work on it if you can.
An idea John Mayer has of making gay people wear things to identify themselves.
Right, no.
Have we heard this before?
Hitler!
Listen,
Hitler.
No.
Oh, yeah!
No, because there already is some very meticulously drawn out rules about what gay people wear. Have you heard about the handkerchief system?
I thought that was urban myth.
I don't know. If I've seen some very compelling charts down to exact hues of colors, like bright pink takes it orally with a sombrero, but like dark pink takes it with a beret. It's very, very specific.
I don't know how that whole culture works, but it does seem like it's more organized in the straight world.
And I heard that, well, you have to be because you don't want to get, I mean, you have the risk of either getting blown or killed.
Right.
So you have to have some, I heard that women have Land's End. That they wear Land's End to kind of communicate with each other sexually.
The women, I mean, the weird thing about gay people, women, first guys will always have the six-pack, really take care of themselves. The women, the whole point seems to just let yourself go. Just get as big as you possibly can if you're a gay woman.
Well, because it's all part of the embrace of who you are. And I think there's a certain carried away.
Right.
You can get kind of carried away.
You're too accepting of yourself.
At what point? Exactly.
Just get thicker and thicker. See, this is who I am.
But then in the black community, size, there's such a pride that it's very difficult to delineate where pride ends and like taking care of yourself begins. Because I know a personal trainer who says it's very difficult sometimes to train black women because they get down to the excuse of like, I don't want to mess up my process, in my hair, like, and there's such a big, beautiful kind of prideful thing there,
the big ass thing.
You know what I mean?
Earl, you like a girl with a big ass?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Earl.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I didn't know you were back there. How come you're not here?
Check his dog tag.
Earl's running things over there.
Got it.
Earl's on top. He's the Captain Kirk of the show.
I got to tell you how embarrassed I was a couple weeks ago because I called in.
Mm-hmm.
I need to address this because it's been in my ego's craw. It's been a craw. I called in. You guys were doing the rock etiquette.
Yeah.
And I have a list of things that I think people would want to know about.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I want to do a call back to that bit because it was great when it happened. But I called in and I was on delay. And so I heard you guys talking, and they said, hold on, we're going to put you on. And I heard talking, I heard, psh, and it went, hey, buddy, how you doing, John? What's up? So I didn't hear, because you missed the delay,
right.
I didn't hear exactly like, hey, we got John Mayer on the phone.
Right.
So I started talking, and then I started making some references to being a celebrity. And then I thought to myself, this is going to sound really stupid if they don't know who I am. So then I said, and you're right, once I thought it through, it was just one of the silliest things to ask. I said, and I'll repeat it, by the way, you know this is John Mayer calling. Because I had a better idea that it was going to be like, no, hey! And then I was on the way to a vocal lesson.
I like that you thought out there, no, hey, man! John Mayer, my man!
I know.
Why didn't you tell us?
But the thing is, nobody know. I've been given speeding tickets before, and on the way to my show, like miles away from just 2 miles away from my show, and I take the ticket because I will never do the you know who I am thing. I pride myself on never doing the you know who I am thing. I was on my way to a vocal rehearsal, and I stood there glazed, going good, and inside my head I'm going, oh my God, that was the worst thing I ever did. I felt so terrible. But there was this delay. I have to go on record by saying the delay passed over the 8 seconds or the 10 seconds,
right.
And it went straight to, hey John, how you doing, buddy? And then,
well, we're going to take care of that. It's never going to happen again.
No,
this is us. We got stuff. We're prepared to take care of you now.
And now, 2-time Grammy Award winner. Here he is, John Mayer.
God, I feel silly.
That's more comfortable for you.
It is comfortable, but did you know that I'm actually 3-time Grammy winner?
3-time?
Yeah. See, I just did it again. I just did it again. I just bent my cock around between my legs into my ass. A second time.
Can I tell you, if I won 3, I wouldn't want to hear the word 2. I would definitely want 3.
You want to? Listen, yeah. They're great. I did shots out of them one night with Sherrod Small.
Nice. Good.
I don't know if that constitutes having to give them back, because there's a sticker underneath them that says, it's still property, because
you can't sell it on eBay.
You can't sell it on eBay. You can't mess around. You probably couldn't even talk. There's probably a sticker underneath that says "Don't talk about that sticker," but I didn't read down to that.
Have you ever lost a Grammy, or you won every time you won?
No. Oh, have I ever lost? Oh, I thought you meant have I ever misplaced a Grammy. No, I lost. I guess if there's one you want to lose, it's the one I lost, which is Best New Artist.
Right.
Because they say there's
the Jinx one.
There's the Jinx one.
Who did you lose to?
Nora Jones.
Oh yeah. Well,
hey,
not jinxing her.
It takes time. It takes time to figure out who's going to be around in time, and she's still doing great. So, but
you're back out on the road with Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, we're going on.
So. I heard she came up with a thing that you can't wear red leather pants. It's some kind of that you can't both wear.
Yeah, she can wear some stuff, man. She can pull off some stuff. I did a photo shoot with her, and it is true that some stars just have a greater molecular density than other people. Like I am not a star by trade. I'm not. I didn't just wake up. I worked, and she did too. But she has a thing too, where even if she didn't open her mouth, she could get discovered at a coffee shop. Me. I would get passed over a million times over. So I have the music thing going for me. She has the superstar thing going for her. And I did a photo shoot with her a couple weeks ago, and I just felt like I was Chewbacca standing next to a cardboard cutout of a superstar.
I know a chick like this. I won't bring up her name, but you know her too, Fez. That she, a really beautiful playmate, all that type of thing. But she could turn it on and off, where she could look normal, and then you would take a picture, and it wouldn't be like, oh, the camera loves her. She would just start to glow when she wanted to.
Everybody says, every photographer who I've asked who's the best person you've ever worked with, they say it's Lindsay Lohan.
Really?
They all say that. I don't know how to give to the camera. I think I'm smiling, and I get all the pictures back, and I waste $60,000 because I've got half a cheek going up.
Right.
But they say that there's a reason she is as big as she is, because she does something with the camera. I waste film.
I wonder how this gets done.
I go in L.A. I go around to places where paparazzi hang out, because I happen to just like where the corn chowder is. Mm-hmm. And the paparazzi, there's a very strange dynamic where the guy taking the picture knows I'm worth nothing. Mm-hmm. But he knows I'm a nice guy and probably has my record. So he takes the courtesy shots.
Right.
Hey, John, click, click, have a nice dinner. So I don't really have that thing. I got to fight every song to stay in people's minds,
I barely have a photo where my eyes are open in them. I always have that kind of half blink.
Or even like when you do TV, like I'll see everything on the sides. I'm seeing guys walk around. It never has popped in my head that the camera means anything.
Right.
I'm always seeing everything on the sides, playing the people off camera, and it just looks so bad because you do some TV interview and you think I killed, and you just see that your focus is fucking all over the place.
Your knees shaking up and down the whole time.
Yeah, right.
Like, stop with the knee.
Nothing looks more awkward.
I bounce my knee the whole time. It's like, oh my goodness.
You don't even know how to handle your own body.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, I was nervous the first time I was on here. Now I'm not. So.
It always, it's like everything else. It only takes once.
Here's the problem, though. I'm a totally different person when I'm around people I want to have like me.
Yeah.
Like when it's almost safe to say a relationship, no matter what kind of relationship it is, will never be right if the person I have anything to do with, even from the beginning, I have a certain design for them liking me. It's never going to be the same. And then I called in one time and I got my balls handed back to me. And I was like, all right, well, now that was my virginal experience.
Right.
There.
Now I'm all with it.
Yeah.
Have you thought about the encore for the tour?
I'd like to do something with Cheryl.
Yeah.
I think we could come out and do some really cool stuff. I'm more willing to go with whatever she wants to do. I've always been really flexible that way. Like I can, again, she's a superstar. I would defer to her. I've already made a damn fool of myself hundreds of times over. I want to sing what she can sing really well. I'll take the bullet.
I got 2 words to bring this up to her. Radar Love. Radar Love. It hasn't been done in years, and everybody loves it.
I think we're one Disney movie away from Sheryl Crow doing Radar Love.
The place will go nuts
Radar
if you
Love.
both go walking out doing Radar Love.
Here's the thing. You're projecting your generation's demographic on mine. I think it would be missed. I think we can't even do Guns N' Roses' Patience without people saying, I love that new song you did.
Oh, come on.
I do Message in a Bottle. People say, I love Message in a Bottle. That's my favorite song of yours. It's crazy. That's second in I don't want to say my fans are cool.
Yeah.
But that's second in shock to people bringing CDRs for me to sign. People bringing me burnt copies of my own music.
That is fucking hysterical.
Is not. I can't even get mad at it because it's just naive. It's not. They don't know what's up. So I sign it now. The first couple of times I was like, what? Now I understand. It's just that's part and parcel to being a kid now. Is that man, they're covering songs, they're sampling tunes I was listening to on the radio. It's coming around now. It's happening where there's new stuff. There's generational stuff I'm not getting.
Already?
Yeah, I think it happened about a year and a half, 2 years ago. There was some stuff. I think probably right around the time that the song Laffy Taffy came out. I didn't know it was out. As soon as I didn't know Laffy Taffy was out, I think it was between 50 Cent and Laffy Taffy was when I lost it. And now I'm happy to be. I'll have kids one day, and I don't even know what it's going to be. God, it's going to be. I mean, how much closer to the truth is Innuendo going to get before it just becomes an R&B slow jam called Girl, parentheses, Wanna Fuck You Girl,
right?
Parentheses. And it's just no innuendo at all.
Want to stick my cock up in ya.
It's just going to get to the point where it's going to be like...
what's he mean?
Yeah. Put my penis in your sweet butt. It's completely biological.
These are beautiful lyrics. I don't know how you come up with them.
Want to lick that asshole for you, baby.
But I mean totally like Harvard Law Journal. I mean Harvard Medical Journal. Totally straight up. Like straight up. And then the coitus will begin quite promptly. Like just totally break it down. Oh.
So is it a weird thing knowing that you're going out though? I mean, it's something you can't get out of. I mean, it's got to be like preparing for a marathon, right?
It's a little bit like preparing for a marathon, and it's also a little bit like preparing for Alzheimer's again.
Yeah.
Like those moments where Alzheimer's patients are like, "Hey, come here, son. It's me.
Yeah.
I'm about to lose it again, so I just want to tell you I love you." So it's kind of me going around to my friends and family. It's kind of like the 12-step program in reverse.
Right.
Basically going to everyone saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Doing the 12 steps backwards and ending up with a raging drinking problem. And it's an imperfect science.
Right.
If touring was the easiest thing in the world, every single person would be making music. People break their brains over having to tour, and that's why they don't become musicians. It's a little bit of a natural selection. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things you just have to stay on the road and stay off of behind the music, and then you can keep doing it.
Yeah, it's an ugly thing too, just to be out there. Everything's going to change now when you get back.
Exactly.
Relationships will change.
And the fame thing, you can feel fame kind of expand and contract. relative to the work that you do. So I'm getting ready to feel that again, that kind of thing happen again. And also you can sleep late. So if I start partying, you can actually sleep it off every day.
Right.
So you don't even notice until you're 6 years in. He found himself drinking. John Mayer found himself drinking after 6 years of touring. So I'm just trying to stay. Here's the thing, man. I'm coming off the road at some point, and I want to find a normal girl, which is why I'm not totally covered in tattoos. Why I've never slept with a whore. I'm just trying to save a little bit for, like Britney Spears lived an entire life before she was 22.
Right.
I don't. It's like, I just want to save some normalcy for later on. So
and she's found herself pregnant again.
She's found herself.
Was that right? She's.
That's the latest from Britney, is that she's talking about, it just happened. I didn't plan it. She goes, I have been pregnant 18 out of the past 21 months. She goes, I feel like I've been pregnant 10 years.
Well, she probably has. We just didn't know about it.
Yeah, right.
But now here's a question for you.
Yeah.
How much longer will Britney Spears be a viable entertainment news story if she never releases another record again? If she never releases another piece of music, could she be at the top of the paparazzi list for the rest of her life? Is she royalty? Is she entertainment?
Is it almost like she moved in that Elizabeth Taylor who hasn't made a serious movie in 30 years and people still care about? I think it could be there.
Really?
I really do.
I think she's got tenure.
Yeah, I think she's Cher. I really do, without even meaning to. I don't think she's Madonna, but I do think she could be Cher.
Wow. Never doing another thing until her 60s and 70s. She'll be on Larry King when she's 70?
Yeah.
Talking about what happened 40 years ago? Or
selling cream or whatever. You know, they always have those side projects. This is wonderful. I'm so happy to be putting out a children's book. You know, they act like it's work, but it's not anymore.
Yeah. Head on, y'all. Head on, y'all.
You're a little more negative than me, right?
Yeah, I think, she's got the birth of the new baby, and the eventual divorce, the K-Fed.
No.
Yeah.
They're the real deal. Come on.
So, I mean, those are the two news stories that she's got in the vault.
Right.
That those are definitely going to be big tabloid stories. Does she have anything beyond that?
It may be that the kid has got to start fucking up pretty early in life. The kid could keep it going for the mom. So if Lil Sean Preston Federline, SPF as they call him on the blogs.
Sure, he's great.
If he starts in at like 11 or 12, getting into trouble, that's going to do well for the dynasty.
It could. It's almost like Kennedy's. It's almost like the Kennedy family, where you're somehow connected.
I think the only way she keeps going into tabloid royalty is if there's a rehab involved down the road.
Oh, there's got to be a rehab.
Like Elizabeth Taylor.
I don't think anyone's going to get out of rehab, no matter who you happen to be.
You think if you're in rehab, you never get...
I think everybody eventually ends up in rehab. It's just getting closer and closer to that.
I think that's a good point. I think if you lived long enough, everybody would end up in rehab.
Yeah.
If you lived long enough, you'd end up doing drugs all the time.
Right.
Now, let me ask you this question: If you were told today you have a terminal illness, doctor says we could operate. I got to tell you, man, it's dicey. You're best left just to go home. Do you take that time to completely trip balls, or are you going to become more righteous in that time?
If I had that opportunity, I think I would get on the phone with all the people that I haven't talked to in years.
Are you going to do the drugs you love?
I don't think so. I think just because, I am a guy who cleaned up, I think why not keep that as the legacy? And I want to stay somewhat... it would be great to have the chance to sum up whatever this fucking trip was. Now, I have a friend, Bob Lassiter, and we talked about it. He's blogging his death. His kidneys are down to 7% or something. It's bloglassiter.com if you want to check it out. And it's so frightening to see the up and down, because some days he's got the whole thing figured out, here's what life is about. And then the next day, he's just like, holy shit,
I'm going to die.
This is so fucking scary. I'm gone. Everything's going to disappear. So it's really scary to watch him deal with it.
What about just pure old age? What if we get to an age we're 80, and we know we're 80, and we know we don't have long, but we still have our brain? What then? Would you party? I keep thinking that I'm going to wait till I get really, really old and then try everything.
I think it will be open, because the difference will be... Well, first of all, people that are 80 now do a lot of drugs that they don't even know that they're doing.
That's true. That's true.
I got an aunt and uncle who, if they were 20, we'd say they were strung out.
So
instead, they're just, instead they're just trying to deal with pain.
You almost need to come up with a living drug will.
Yeah.
Here are the things that I'd like you to pump into me.
Right.
When I can no longer pump things into myself.
Because when you're doing drugs, the last thing you want to do is come off. It's really somebody else has to tell you.
I don't even do drugs. I'm just saying I have plenty of things in the bin that I could do later on in life that I've never done. I'm trying to pace myself and not burn out.
You never did any drugs at all with the rock and roll thing?
No.
Not even pot, nothing?
A little bit of pot, but I always found it. I always found if pot was legal and I could get it from the same place all the time and I would know what it was going to do.
Yeah.
Every pot has a different story.
True.
And I'm just not into what am I going to be? Am I going to fear the devil tonight or am I going to want to listen to Miles Davis?
Yeah, it is a very good point.
So I don't really know, but I know I'm a Scotch man now because I know where Scotch is. The Scotch bus drops me off at the same time, same place every night. I feel like drinking Scotch. I know how that's going to become. So I never, but I didn't start drinking until 26 maybe.
Really?
Yeah, I just knew, man.
What made you start then?
Feeling like I was old enough to make decisions for myself without them affecting my career or affecting my formative years, Because if I had started drinking in my formative years, I would have been a prick now. Because I never understood my friends who went out into a field. Drinking lowers your standards for entertainment. And which is great, because if you don't have a lot going on, hey, let's go in the middle of that field, put a sweatshirt on and drink. And I never got it, so I always looked for some more noble pursuits, and now that I have them, I know how to take a vacation from them. Friday night, one night a week, have a couple shots of Macallan, let the ice melt in there, take your time, and then
I'm just the opposite. I was 14, standing around a keg in the fucking woods, so I had nothing happening.
I have enough arc that's already hit the top early on that I don't need. You know what I mean? I want to try and simulate the level off in my life. Because I don't feel like crashing.
At the same thing, I wish I would have waited, because I think if I would have had the chance to read the books that I read, philosophy and spirituality and physics, to do acid as an adult would have been interesting.
That freaks me out.
Rather than doing it at 15 going, whoa!
Yeah, I don't
know. Whoa!
When someone told me that you can't look in the mirror when you do acid because you can actually lose your mind, I never did that. I had friends who did it and stuff. I never felt like
I'll dose you without you even knowing it. You don't know when it's coming in.
Just felt like I never needed it.
I'll just make sure I dose you.
But the drinking thing is fun of it, Now I know how to have a good time, Sometimes I drink a little bit and I record myself having a conversation because I really think that I'm reaching a higher plane. And I listen back and half of it actually was.
All right, we're going to take a break and let you get on the road. Thanks for stopping by and seeing us,
you guys.
Man. Call us from the road if you want to.
I'd love to. I hope I could get into some trouble, and then you guys want to know exactly what kind of trouble, and I can fill you in.
Well, we hope you end up in an affair with Sheryl Crow, and that'll be great for all of us.
If it happens,
Ron
and Fez will be the first to know.
Break it on here.
I will break it here.
Yeah.
The tour starts August 21st with Sheryl Crow. You can check out the dates on johnmayer.com, and the new CD, Continuum, in store September 12th.
Thanks, you guys.
Take it easy, my friend. We'll take a break. Right back, Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez, XM 202.
Show. Let's see, we went from Anthony to John Mayer. Who's next to make this the easiest Friday show ever?
Who's next to come in and apologize?
Yeah. Everybody makes a big deal about Charlie Rose. If you got good guests, you can just keep on doing this forever. Nothing will bother you. It's bad guests. John Mayer's a nice kid, huh?
Very nice.
No. Can't stand you. I was talking to him in the hall. He's got a problem with you.
What problem could he possibly have with me? I'm so nice.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to go back and check this, because I like to find when anybody has a problem with Fez. But it's from...
Why?
Because no one ever does. Everyone's always telling me, lay off Fez. You're lucky to have Fez. So, I have to deal with that. Somehow I got cast as the villain in my own show. But this is from a young lady named Jen, and it says, tell Fez to stop being mean to Earl. He's not even trying to be funny anymore. He's just being cruel. I want to love Fez again, but he has to stop this. And this is from John. Now, I haven't noticed. Have you?
No, I haven't noticed at all that I was mean to Earl.
The only thing I noticed a little bit about you, and you've got this way more than me.
White people are so scared of black people.
Is that you're a no good racist. Earl, have you noticed Fez being mean to you?
Well, I mean, a little bit more. The racism's been a little bit subtle.
I noticed
more
that.
subtle.
I noticed that too.
No, just very subtle. Not in a brutal way, not in an overt way. Just
the interesting thing about me and you, Earl, is race doesn't play a part in our lives. It doesn't. And Fez has a tendency to be like, Earl is smart for a black person. Or, hey, that black girl is pretty too. Even when he's not trying to be racist, it's there.
Like, she speaks so well.
He does that with you all the time.
Everything I've just heard have been compliments. I don't understand what's wrong.
It's the way that you say them, the way you put it, Fez, that's so... Well, actually, it makes my blood turn. It actually makes my blood turn.
And start flowing in the other direction?
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know how your blood could turn.
Is that even a saying? Maybe I have fucking mixed a metaphor.
No, I think it is a saying.
My blood turn. Yeah, now it does make a little more sense.
Yeah, when you make your blood turn, I think it makes you angry. When your blood curdles, that's fear.
No, milk curdles.
Oh.
And that's cheese, I believe.
Who's afraid of cheese? None of this makes any sense.
Mice, if it happens to be sitting on a trap. So, Earl, I'm going to start and keep an eye on Fez and his...
White people are so scared of black people.
Racism.
I don't understand it whatsoever. I think I give Earl all the nicest compliments, sincere compliments. I think he's a credit. Credit to his race.
See, that's what I didn't like him. That's subtle.
What?
But he doesn't have to be a credit to his race. He's just Earl. He's just the same as you and me or a Jew. It doesn't matter. None of that matters.
Talking crazy now.
Chinese, Japanese, Native American... We were all here on this planet at the same time.
All I'm saying, I don't know where this is coming from with this Jen who emailed. I'm saying that if we were going to have a black producer, we could have done a lot worse.
No, I didn't even call... She didn't call you racist. She just said mean.
Oh.
Mean and unlovable.
Well, she's totally off base.
I usually love Fez, but he's becoming so picky to Earl that I'm beginning to dislike him a little. I want to keep loving him, but this is making it hard to. Please lay off.
I wish this Jen would have given an example of meanness. Because I don't have one in my head whatsoever.
I know. It's surprising to me, too. I thought it was racism, but meanness is all different. Brad, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Yeah.
I know smoke pants are kind of a distant dream, but I was wondering when I could get my hands on a Ron and Fez cowbell.
You know, Fez, are you going past the mailbox on your way out today?
Oh, yeah. It's right down in the lobby. I'm going to pass it on the way out.
Do me a favor. Take this with you.
Oh, man. You hit my hand and it made my instant replay go off.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
And my trick worked.
Ah.
Forgot. I could have hit John Mayer with a cowbell.
I wish you had instead of me. This hand is never going to be the same.
Superstar John Mayer was hit with a cowbell today.
The tour's off.
Hey, Earl, I noticed the girl from booking always likes to show up when John Mayer's here. I don't see her for all the stars. For John Mayer, she is.
Yes, that's something that'll definitely be addressed. I think she's got a little thing for John, too.
Yeah, I think she's
got a big thing
it's
for
not
John.
as little as it used to be. I'll leave it at that. Now, Earl, you brought up Ace of Cakes to me. He says, would you like to book Ace of Cakes on the show? So did you watch your show last night?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think?
I thought, what a soft-spoken, quiet man that Earl wants to book on this show.
I loved the show. I thought it was terrific. It's crazy cakes, giant cakes, cakes that look like cars. That they must be spending $500 for these cakes.
Yeah, if you watch Ace of Cakes last night on the Food Network, there's contract signings for these cakes. Mm-hmm. So it's not just orders in his bakery.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And his show is like a reality show.
Yeah, it's him like trying to get the cake done in time.
Yeah.
And what he has to do
and all
just
his crazy friends and all the madness that goes on there at Charm City Cakes. So, yeah, I did like the guy. I ended up liking him, Earl. I didn't think I would. By the way, another good throwdown last night with Bobby Flay. That may be my favorite show on TV.
What was it last night?
A barbecue, my friend.
Ooh.
Barbecue. With a guy who had his own smoker, and he was really hardcore.
Where did they go for the barbecue on this one?
Way down south.
Oh, okay.
Down fucking hayseed country. It looked like your family reunion. Just 18 people, 14 teeth. And I would go out of my way to say 3,600 pounds.
That's rude and rude.
And true and true. Hey, Dave. Dave, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I gotta love you, but I hate you, buddy. I started TiVo in Throwdown.
Yeah.
And it is phenomenal.
It's a great show.
It is.
My favorite part, Fez, is these. Yeah. So these people think that they're doing a Food Network show, right? And then when Bobby Flay comes walking out, they're like, huh? What a surprise. I thought I was just cutting a pilot from Food Network, and then here's my, my celebrity chef idol, and then he tells them it's a throwdown. And to see them to go from, excited to a little fear to, hey, fuck it then, If you're going to come in here and tell me you can make better beats than me, you better fucking back it up. I don't know why I love this show.
The problem is we'll never get to see something where he shows up and someone goes, no, you're Bobby Flay. I'm not cooking against you. There's no way it's happening.
Yeah, I can't imagine why anybody would do that. I can't imagine why somebody would go, no, I don't want to be on Food Network.
I'm not making my French toast for you. Forget it. You're going to hate it.
Are we getting French toast or any kind of morning muffin?
Ooh. No, we don't, but I can certainly get it for you if you like.
Oh, Fez, I saw our friend Tracy yesterday. What number? I know you haven't seen her in a while. What number would you think she is?
Tracy is a 6, I believe.
Interesting. Last time you said she was a 3.
Oh.
That was a little trick I did to you to see whether you make this up. Now, I watched the Synesthesia thing on TV the other night. And did you watch it?
Yeah, Medical Miracles on primetime.
These are people who, they taste color or they taste shape, and their brain wiring is fucked up, much like Fez's. And I found myself getting just as annoyed with them as I get with you, because you try to figure out if this is a gift, what is it good for? And it doesn't look like anybody makes it work for them.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I've done any of the synesthetic things, like seeing a number in people, to me it was always just some sort of time-passing game I played as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
None of those people, they're tasting their food. Ooh, this tastes too round. How does that help you whatsoever?
How about the one guy that words give him taste? So every word he hears puts a different taste in his mouth. It's awful.
That was creeping me out. And it doesn't even have to be like the word chocolate gives him a chocolate taste.
Right. No, it's just the opposite. The word chocolate might make him think of saltines. So he doesn't, he's like you, he doesn't know what it means. And I'm yelling, let's try to do something. If we're evolving, if we've got some mutants, let's try to make it happen.
That's why it's really hard after watching that to consider it a gift and not a defect.
Yeah, I don't even know if I would say a defect either, because it doesn't hold anybody's life back. Your life isn't worse for the fact that you do this, but it's certainly not better, and it's certainly not even different. It's just a different way to file. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, it really hasn't even changed anyone's day-to-day life of, I'm not going to wear this outfit because of this thing. I mean, like, an example was the woman who saw colors in music.
Coloreds.
White people are so scared of black people.
Coloreds have been in music since the very beginning.
And I do not consider it a gift. But, I mean, she didn't even say it helps her write music.
Mm-hmm.
She was just playing other people's songs. I mean, it wasn't even helping her in her creative process.
Did nothing to help out at all. It's just something people do. No different than the way they wear their socks. It's just so fucking frustrating. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. Happy Friday to you. Hey, I want to let you know while you're talking about the TV shows. I'm sorry. While we're talking about the TV shows right now, Anthony Bourdain's show from where he was in Beirut, what you guys were talking about, that's on Monday night at 10 o'clock Eastern on Travel Channel.
All right, I will definitely lock into that one. It's a 1 hour special because Anthony Bourdain was in Beirut. As a matter of fact, we were probably the last interview that he did before he left to Beirut, and he was really looking forward to it. And I remember thinking, I don't know, Middle East, that ain't... Food-wise, I was even thinking more than trouble. And all the shit broke out when he was over there. So we'll have to see what that looks like. Because the guy, he didn't want to take a political stance. He was taking a food stance. But wherever he goes, he makes friends. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's got to affect you on some level, that if I was meeting your family in Florida and something was happening politically down there that affected them, I would have to be somewhat affected by that myself.
There's got to be some empathy. I guess the first part of this Bourdain in Beirut that's going to be on the Travel Channel is his regular no reservations, what he was going through filming his show, and then I think the last half is him and his film crew trying to get out once the shit hits the fan.
Watch your language, Fez. You don't have to say that. You don't need to work blue. Anthony brought that up to me, and so did John Mayer.
Oh, here's a TiVo alert for you over the weekend.
Good, I need one.
The Food Network, 9 o'clock on Saturday, Alton Brown's Feasting on Asphalt.
Yeah.
It's the episode where he puts the bike down.
Alton Brown, a very good friend of ours. Extremely good friend of ours. Yeah, I'll give that a watch. Have you watched his show?
Yeah, I've watched a couple of the episodes.
Yeah. I like him more now that we met him. I wasn't certainly the biggest fan of the sciencey, nerdy talk, but after we met him, I go, I can watch a little more than I did.
I watched the Feasting on Asphalt. I haven't seen Good Eats.
The people who watch Good Eats watch it religiously. They fucking love to look at it from the scientific point of view. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Hey, TiVo alert for you. I saw the 300 Spartans on tonight at midnight on Fox Movie Channel.
You know, the oddest thing, the last time, I guess it was last Friday, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this, and I go, I guess we were talking about B-movies, and I told everybody, I go, there was a film that I saw as a little kid, B-movie, called 300 Spartans that, for whatever reason, affected me very much. Then Frank Miller is doing a remake. He'd already done the comic book. And I read in this thing where he said he had saw the same kind of hacky movie when he was a kid and never could lose the story of these 300 Spartans. And I had always remembered it my whole life. Later, I go home. I get an email, Fez, that said that while you and I were talking about it, it was the anniversary of that battle of the 300 Spartans. And then the next day, fucking 300 Spartans is on TV. And I'm talking like 30-some years or more since I saw this.
That's so bizarre that a 30-year-old movie would just show up on cable.
No, this movie is even older than that. When I saw it, it wasn't a new movie.
Oh, right.
I caught it like on the Late Show. So the movie might be like close to 45, 50 years old. Very, very bizarre thing together. I put it together, all the coincidences. You know what I came up with?
What?
Nothing. It really doesn't mean a damn thing.
Like synesthesia.
I kept going, should I go to Greece? Should I try? Is this about me looking over philosophy and government? No. Nothing came up.
Also, something you may not want to set your TiVos for. This weekend is the Teen Choice Awards, where K-Fed is going to make his live television debut. I don't know exactly when that is. I know it's on ABC.
Sunday night, I think.
Sunday night?
Yeah, because I think it's on the same time as Entourage. And I don't miss Entourage. We've only got 2 more left, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be hurtful.
300 Spartans was 300 Spartans was 1962.
Okay. So 40 or 44 years ago that the film was made.
Now it's everywhere. Now you can't walk down the street without seeing it.
Well, you were one of the many people who gave me this. You bought it on eBay?
No, I got it on Amazon.
What did you pay for it?
$12.95.
This kills me. I sold it on eBay. I only could get $7 for it.
That was a gift. You weren't supposed to put it on the eBay.
What do you mean? Is it a gift?
Yes.
Is it mine?
Yes.
Then I could do whatever I want with it.
Did you watch it at all?
I don't want to take it out of plastic. I probably would have had to sell it for $4. But that's weird when people give you a gift. Like, has anyone ever done this? Here, I'll give you this painting. I'll put this over your couch. No. You can't redecorate. You can give me a present, but you can't tell me what to do with it.
I've given paintings and I've gotten paintings and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And but I always want to say, have you hung that up yet? Have you found a place for it? And I try not to.
Well, you gave me 3 paintings that are just hideous, just terrible.
They're not bad.
Not bad is not what I want for my wall, for my collection. So I said to my wife, well, let's just throw them in the fucking shitter. And she's like, no, we can't do that. So we now have them on the hallway on the way to the bathroom, tucked away as much as we possibly can.
The hallway, the least seen place in any sort of home.
All right, wait.
Because you're always traveling through the hallway. You don't spend any time in it.
All right, but let me just say this. Earl, you know I have paintings from some well-known people, okay? I'm not saying I'm a great collector, but I have some nice small pieces that mean something to me. I'll just say minor works by major artists. Doesn't matter what they're worth. It gives me a little bit of pleasure when I look at them. So Fez knows this about me. So he says, I'm going to get Ron paintings. He gets paintings by his friend he fucking went to high school with.
They're good.
Some pictures of fucking New York.
She has an art degree now.
And I'm like, I open them up and I'm like, oh, who is this? And, he's like, oh, this is my friend. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks. So I set him down. Well, he tries to put them up on the wall. What about here? And I'm like, well, just put it down. I'll, deal with it later. Very, very uncomfortable.
I would have helped you put them up. I could see them in your home instantly in my mind.
I know, but this is what I want to get through to you. It's a very personal thing.
Right.
How I feel with my art. You gave me something that doesn't fucking go with it. It's a completely different style. Amateur is not something that I normally have. And then you expect it to adorn my home. I'm just saying, I know you have problems giving gifts, and you think you're the big Christmas gift giver.
I think I'm pretty good.
You're really not. And every time you give something, it becomes a burden. I really want you to do this.
What?
Either give me money or just stop this. Or even a gift certificate. Which I hate. It means it's money that you can only spend at one store. That fucking even annoys me when he does that. Did you pay this friend of yours?
No.
Why do you want me to have free amateur paintings?
I thought you would like these. I thought it was something that would look nice in your home.
They don't. Anyway, because of the way my chick feels about you, because you're the nicest person alive.
Thank you.
I have to ruin a hallway with it. And it's really a problem.
Does it really stand out, too?
I tried not to. I'll tell you this. The rest of my paintings have light shining on them that a decorator taught me how to do. His are kept in the dark. And if the kids ever put the hallway light on there, they get fucking screamed at. I go, you walk down that hall in the dark.
It's not like they're photos of dead bodies or something where you have to look away from them.
They don't match, Fez. It doesn't go. It's a problem.
Where do you live? You live in New York. What are they pictures of?
I know that you think you're being funny now.
Scenes in New York.
But I'm trying to be open with you to say this gift thing of yours, it's either got to stop or get way better. I don't know whether you got to hire somebody to help you pick out gifts. But every time you give a gift, it becomes a problem.
I'm the person people should hire to figure out the great gift.
But, see, you're not even paying attention to me, or you think it's a joke for the show. I'm telling you. I'm begging you to please Stop it. And I'd love to get these things out of my hall, and I'd like you to tell my chick that it's okay and that your feelings won't be hurt. Terry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I was always wondering why you always give Fez such a hard time about cussing.
Well, I don't think the show needs to work blue. I understand the fact that we're on XM radio. I don't think he needs to lower himself to that kind of language.
Oh, I understand. I'm glad to hear that Anthony came on the show today because, you know, you always like my two favorite shows. I really don't even listen to talk radio, but I drive all the time, and, you know, I listen to both of you guys, like, nonstop, and I'm glad to hear y'all trying to work things out.
Well, Anthony, to me, Anthony and I have nothing to do with this. You know, man, I feel the same way about what's ever going on. I have no gripes towards Norton, certainly no gripes towards Opie. I'm not part of this. I'm not forcing people to take a vacation.
Well, it's not a vacation, first of all. It's a suspension. Even though it's probably more than I'm sure management even wants me saying. But I think it proved exactly who's going to be here next week. I am. I'll be here with you doing the show. Opie and Norton will be taking some time off to think about what they did.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just hoping that Earl didn't hang the pictures in your hallway for you. That'd make you even worse.
Earl, do you know what I'm going here? Because, like me, you're an art lover.
Yes, I enjoy fine art like you do.
Now, would it bother you if someone gave you something to put on your walls that was an amateur piece of some New York landscape? It fucking looks like paint by numbers. And then expect it to go up on the wall.
I mean, it's that bad.
It's not that it's not that bad.
It's just compared to what you
but
have.
I do have some name artists, and I'm not bragging. I'm not, you know, I don't have major works. They're minor works. There's something I like. But for somebody to say, here, hang this on your wall who doesn't know you and know your taste and know how you feel about this, I think it's asking a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely asking a lot. It would put you in a really awkward position because...
I think any of those things, I even think when people give you clothes, like here's a shirt, put it on, that's asking a lot for a person to do.
Oh, I disagree. I don't think so. I think that's like, all right, I've seen you, I'm friends with you, here's a shirt I think you would like.
But what about the fact that when you're wrong, like you were with this art? Like you, with your gift-giving abilities, you are wrong close to 100% of the time.
I don't think that's even close. I think I really listen to people, and I think I know what they like.
Have you listened to me?
Well, I didn't realize the paintings were a problem till today.
Do you get it now, though?
Well, I understand what you're saying.
Do you get that every gift that you've given me is blown up on the launch pad?
Then I need to look harder.
No. You don't need to look harder. You need to either give cash or stop with the gifts. You do not know how to shop for me. I'm going to go out on a limb for this. I don't think you know how to shop for anyone. I'm going to speak for your parents. Here's what he does to his parents. And he's done this. He gives them a cruise ship. These people are now forced to take a vacation from work, get on a boat, and go riding places they didn't want to go. You know, and now I know he spent a lot of money on it, but you're asking people to change their life because you had an idea.
How is a trip to Europe a bad gift?
If you didn't want to go at that time. And your father called me and said...
What?
Well, you know, I told you about this before, too. Your father called me and he goes, is there any way for us to get out of this? He goes, we're not at the age where we want to go bouncing around from country to country. In Europe, what do I know of Europe? I want to be around my home. And I'm like, I told, you know, and we went back and forth. These people, your parents, saints, your mother's a saint.
Oh, please.
Got on a plane, flew to like London, got on a boat, and ended up going towards Russia. There had to be behind an icebreaker because it was like winter that he planned this. I get a call from over there. Ron, I want to get on. This is his father says to me, I want to fly back, he's saying. I go, just do it. And they didn't have the balls to tell him. And I've talked about this with your brothers and sisters before.
Why are you talking to my family about these things?
I'll tell you this, I didn't call anybody. But you have a way of giving gifts that are, I know they're expensive.
Right?
They're inappropriate. They're in bad taste.
A lot of thought goes into my gift giving.
But do you think of others?
Yes. I think, yes, my mother would love to see Europe.
She wasn't. She wants to stay at home. She certainly didn't want to go to Europe in the winter behind a fucking icebreaker on her way to Soviet Russia.
They didn't even get to go to Russia because the ice was too thick. They had to turn back.
I got a ship-to-shore call from his dad, literally wondering if he could get off in, like, Oslo and catch a plane back. Would that be a problem?
I wish he would have called me.
I'm sure he did. You're not hearing what your friends and family are telling you.
They told me they had a good time. They didn't take any pictures for some reason, but they told me they had a good time.
Who can take pictures while you're seasick? You're in your late 60s hanging off a goddamn tin bucket in the middle of the North Sea throwing up. The last thing you want to do is a shot to remember that, or you'd make them hanging up in the hallway.
Well, it's still August. I have until December to figure some good stuff out. And I will put the thought into it.
Here's the thought. I'm going to tell you what I really want more than anything else in the world.
What?
$2,300.
$2,300?
Yes. Is that too much? Give me $1,750.
Seems like a lot.
I think. Well, tell me what you would be willing to spend on a present for me.
I don't want to see the price. Isn't part of it.
There's a ballpark price.
$1,500 I would spend on a nice gift for you.
I'm going to do something nice for you. Give me $1,395 in cash. Save yourself $105. Let me go out and spend that the way I'd like to.
But if you told me what you like, I could get you the thing with the $1,300.
I did tell you what I like. I like a stack of fucking tens that go right up to $1,395.
Oh, that's no gift.
It is a gift.
That's not.
It's a gift that doesn't suck. Cash. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
My mother-in-law, trying to get over, buys me season tickets to the Buffalo Bills. I'm a big Bills fan, born and raised in Buffalo.
Right.
Problem is, I live 3 hours away from Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck am I going to do with these season tickets now? I can't not appreciate it. She's, trying to give me a nice gift.
Have you given me presents that mean that I need to travel more than 3 hours away?
Yes, I have.
Did I tell you this is insane?
Yes, you did.
And yet it doesn't get to him. He gives me, when we were living in D.C., he's given me presents for bad shows on Broadway, which means in the winter, and he had a certain date set for it, I would have had to travel through the snow from D.C. to New York, get a hotel room, sit through some shitty show, and then drive all the way back to D.C. the next day.
Well, I was trying to pick a day that was close to Christmas, so it seemed like an actual Christmas gift.
Do you realize that maybe what I would like to do on a weekend is watch TV or not be forced into something that was 3.5 hours away? Probably 5.5 hours, come to think of it with traffic.
So you're saying you want a TV?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a TV. Give me a flat screen.
Well, I can't give it to you if you know what you're getting. That takes all the fun out of it.
A flat screen would be great. Oh, it just drives me nuts. Robert, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Fezzy.
Yeah, buddy.
Sounds like you surrounded yourself with ungrateful people. You need to just quit buying them stuff.
Thank you.
The next time that you feel like buying one of them something really nice, buy yourself something and think of them.
I love that. Robert, that is what I'm telling him. And that's what his family is telling him. His friends and his family want to stop with the bad gifts. The bad gifts have to stop.
I'm the best gift buyer there is out there. I really am. Because I will start around Labor Day. You know, so that I'm not rushed, like last-minute Christmas shopping, so that I'm not rushed buying bad things, like, out of the drugstore, a water pick or something.
So you think that you give good gifts because you start early and work hard at it?
I work hard at it, and I start early so I can put plenty of thought into it.
Do you realize that if you decided to write an opera, you could start early, work all day, work for 3 years, and your opera would probably sound like shit, right? And no one would go, well, he worked really hard on it, so we as reviewers should sit through this. I can only tell you that the people who tell you whether you have a skill or not are the people who judge you. In this case, the people, myself, your family, are tired with your extravagant, well-meaning, awful gifts.
I think maybe I've had a couple misses here and there, a Christmas or two. But I don't think it's nearly as bad as you're saying it is.
John, you're on Ron and Fez. John, go ahead, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, the worst gift in the world, a pet, a lifetime of working responsibility.
That is basically true. That you could give somebody a pet, Fez, and it might look cute, it might be nice, but they are now forced to live with this thing.
Yeah, I did that 2 years ago.
To who?
My sister. Gave her a Yorkie puppy.
Now, the reason why I brought that up is because guess what call I got from your sister?
Bitching about the dog?
She did not want to take care of a Yorkie puppy. And here's another thing I'd like to get back to you. Your family's complaints about you, stop sending them my way. Be more open so I don't have to get calls.
Oh, there will be a discussion about calling Mr. Bennington.
Good.
Trust me on that one. That'll be your gift.
Thank you.
Because I'm going to start nipping some things in the bud.
I get 2 calls from your family. Number 1, can you do something about bad gifts? Number 2, why can't he find someone? Is he really?
Don't take either call, Ron.
Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, fellas.
Call block.
Yeah.
Fez, you're being selfish here, man.
How am I being selfish? I'm the one giving the gifts.
Yeah, I know. It sounds weird, but trust me. Giving the gifts to people is something you're doing to feel good about yourself.
Yes, it makes me feel great.
So it's about you. You got to give gifts to people and not be about you. It's got to be about them.
Yes.
You don't know where the line is.
Well,
when you give them something as a burden, you don't see it because you feel so good about your act. You forgetting that this isn't about you; it's about them.
Well, I'm not buying things for people that I think I would like.
But doesn't it make you feel good when you give them something?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It doesn't make us feel good to get it.
It doesn't make them feel good to get it, exactly. It's not
we
about
hate
you. It's about them. If they hate it, you got to listen to that.
So you people would feel good not getting anything. Like I just forgot the holiday.
I told you what you could give. Something that I would love, your family would love, money to go out and get something we like. Your mom said to me that every time you give a present, it's like a punch in the stomach. And apparently you forced her through some party that she didn't even want to be involved in. With some guy bringing up porn names. This has got to stop.
Okay, that was their 50th wedding anniversary party, and that was going lovely. She was having a great time.
She wasn't, Fez. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm looking.
It's bad. Look at Earl. Earl, tell him.
Bad.
It's bad. We want you to know this little thing.
Well, I sit here shocked today.
I know.
I sit here in amazement that people don't like gifts. I mean, I hear, bah humbug, but this is still August.
It's everything. I want those fucking paintings down out of my hallway. I don't want to have retard paintings hanging up. We got to take a break, Fez.
It wasn't a retard that painted. She's running for state office.
What state?
Florida.
Thank you. We'll be right back. Ron and Fez Show.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show.
XM 202.
We're on a Fez show. Friday. Hey, Big Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mr. B, how you doing today?
I'm cool in the gang.
Sweet. You know, the other day, the Reds program got me thinking, has Sheepy ever given you a shitty gift?
Sheepy is a fine young broadcaster. This is a guy I call the Young Fez. And no, I have to tell you the truth. The kid's only giving me great stuff.
I can't imagine Sheepy's picking out nicer stuff for you than me. Things that you would like more than I gave you.
You know what's interesting is that he's just burned DVDs for me. He's burned CDs and stuff that he likes. I end up viewing it, and then we end up discussing again later. There's something about that Sheepy that's just fantastic. Sheepy we've known for a couple of years. He used to come into NEW all drunked up with a crowd of people. All right, you're actually doing better than Fez, Earl, and Dave right now. I'm very, very proud of you, Sheepy.
Thanks.
Yeah. You may find yourself on Team Bennington, and only because you and Watley don't go anywhere.
You know what? You can have them.
Jeez, stop it.
Is it because I thought of the out weird Fez thing? Does that still hurt you?
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, you guys are so much alike, Fezzy.
I don't see it, Ron.
If we got you in a time machine, took you right back to Sheepy's age, we wouldn't know the difference between you two.
I don't see myself in him whatsoever.
Oh. Yeah. It's so disgusting.
Dude.
I know, this you're arguing with everybody today, Fez.
I am.
You're in a feisty mood because your nemesis is here.
My arch enemy, Sheepy, has walked in here. It's like Batman, and all of a sudden I'm sitting across from the Joker.
I actually saw him more as the Batman, the hero of this.
Sheepy?
Yeah.
I look good in a cowl.
It's really a joy to have somebody here who understands. Normally I've got Fez talking shit. Finally, a guy to play off of here. It's amazing. Sheepy, you're fucking on fire. Fez, is your mic working?
Yes, my mic is working.
I can't hear it. Right now, I can't hear it. It's all about Sheepy.
You hear me.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I think the Ron and Sheepy show has a nice ring to it.
Thank you very much. 866 Ron Zero Sheepy. 866 Ron Zero Sheepy. Earl, do me a favor. Get a tux coat, right? Put it on Sheepy. Let Fez grab a hold of the coattails and put him in a pair of roller skates.
I don't care if you do get him a tux coat with tails. I'm not hanging on to it.
What if it's a white tux coat with tails, just like you always wanted?
Why don't you put a couple hooks on your shoes? Dig right into those coattails and ride them on.
I will not do it.
By the way, Fezzy, there's a new kid in town.
I don't want to hear it.
There's a new kid in town.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, Earl, maybe at some point in the salute to Sheepy, we should have heard Sheepy instead of me rambling. Ramble on. Just play Ramble On. The new bit is going to be Ramble On, and then me trying to fucking go from one hack bit to the next. All right, Ron and Fez show on a Friday. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez.
It's a Friday. Going to be a nice weekend weather-wise, and then I'm actually looking forward to next week. And how quiet it's going to be around here around 2:02 without a couple of grab-assers around to cause trouble.
Just drop it.
The fact that there's going to be a little suspension next week. You will not be hearing a live Opie and Anthony show next week on XM 202.
That's because they have vacation.
They have suspension. Is what it is.
It isn't.
You want to check on Opie and Norton during their vacation?
Yeah.
Check the fucko list, because that's where they're at, my friend.
What list?
The fucko list.
You stole that, too. That's not even yours.
You
have anything that's yours anymore?
Yes, I do. Of course I do.
You know what, Fezzy?
I have my dignity now.
Yeah, you do. I'm going to tell you something right now. You're going to end up destitute. You keep starting fights with everybody, and before you know it, people are going to turn on you, and then it's going to be the end of you.
Oh, that's not the way it's going to happen. The way this was resolved, with Norton and Opie not here next week on suspension, I feel a validation, Ronnie. It's a validation of my humanity. Everyone thought, oh, okay, Opie takes some privileges. Fez will be out the door if he causes any trouble.
Yeah?
I'm still sitting here. I'm the one who survived. First I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking how I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong. And I learned how to carry on, and so you're back, huh? From outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I had known for just 1 second you'd be back here, O.B. Oh, go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble, Opie? You think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey! Who's standing here now? Who's the plaything now? I'm here, Fez Whatley, survivor. Fucko list is where you're at. Take that. Took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent oh so many nights just feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry. Now I hold up my head up high. What? You see me on 202. I'm not that chained up little person still in love with Hughes. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free. Now I'm saving all my lovin' for someone named Anthony. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around, Norton, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with your pain? You think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down for monster rain? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Oh. Go on now, go! Walk out the door! Just turn around, Norton, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with all your pain? You think I crumble? You think I lay down for monster rain? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my love to give, and I've got all my life to live, and I'll survive. I will survive. I have survived.
Did you just do a live fade out?
Yes. So that's just a little message to the boys that are on their alleged vacation.
Wow, that was awful.
Sometimes you just have to put it in song.
You know, at some points I thought you were doing a parody, but then it was just an homage. You were just singing line for line.
It was a homage. Part parody, part homage. And I feel good about it. I can finally walk around in this office with my head held up high instead of, doing a shame walk.
How do you know that song by heart? You're a guy that doesn't even know music, yet that song you can just sit there.
Sometimes I'm like a savant. It's just there.
Well, you're an idiot. I don't know about the savant part. All right, so you're all happy and...
I'm very happy the way this turned out.
Yeah.
Wiki said this is a victory for all of us.
So he's Don't ask, don't tell. But later, when it's just me and Earl, I'm going to tell.
Don't tell Earl anything.
I want to tell.
Don't
and
tell.
He'll tell me.
It's like that. Earl, don't ask. Don't you ask.
Well, I'm telling, Earl.
No telling.
Why don't we just raise eyebrows?
I'll just have to spend the rest of the day with you two, so you never get a chance alone to talk.
Curtis, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up? Was old Fezzy drinking again? Sounds like the old Mikey D days.
Yeah, my Fezzy gets a little crazy. I'm not going to lie to you.
Am I crazy or am I driven to this craziness? Does someone just drop me off at Crazy's doorstep? It's not my fault.
I don't even know what your metaphors mean. They're insane metaphors. Oh, here's our friend Opera Boy. Hey, Opera Boy.
Hey, I just wanted to let Fez know that the voice lessons I've been giving him have really paid off.
I think that was a little shot at the way you sing.
Yeah. He's done opera in Cleveland. Who hasn't? Who doesn't?
You?
Yeah, but it's just never been through Cleveland.
Cleveland rocks.
I've heard that.
Cleveland rocks. And sometimes I yell, disco sucks, as a way of showing those people. All right, Ron and Fez show pulling into a Friday. What's the big news story? I guess it's still that lunatic Fez that I threw out yesterday. I don't even think had anything to do with his JonBenet murder.
Yeah, John Carr, I don't even think he's in the country yet. And they're saying it's not an extradition, so he hasn't been charged with anything and being turned over to the United States. It's that Thailand is deporting him. So I guess he was under suspicion. He was being watched in Thailand, but never got arrested for anything there.
Right.
He was, showing up at different weird sex bars and stuff, and they were following him.
So at some point during the questioning by them, he goes, I killed JonBenet.
Yeah. And then I've also heard from one legal expert on TV that this confession isn't a confession because it was a press conference. It wasn't like an actual, hey, you've been arrested and we're sitting down and we're talking with you. So how much of that will actually be admissible if he starts changing his story?
Yeah, but if you tell me I go on the Tonight Show and I tell Jay Leno about, how I killed somebody, that's not admissible, I don't see how it wouldn't be.
I think what it probably comes down to is the whole Miranda rights thing of it. He's saying all this stuff without a lawyer present.
Yes, but he's still saying it and during a press conference. I mean, it's not like he's forced to say it, right?
Right, but they may not be able to use it if they go ahead and arrest and charge him.
But why wouldn't you be able to say it? Why wouldn't you be... Let's say that you make a statement here on the radio.
Right.
You haven't made any rights. You cop to a crime. You say, oh, here are my buddies robbed the bank 2 years ago. Why wouldn't that be admissible in a court of law?
I think it's under the circumstances of which I said it.
I don't get it.
I shouldn't have said of which of.
Yeah, I don't get how that's a defense. If you say something, I understand the thing about the cops can't force you to say something without a lawyer talking to you.
Right.
It seems like this guy doing a press conference, that's like not holding anybody to what they said. Here is Andy. Andy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, this is Andy. I'm sorry, but Fez, I'm a switcher. I'm leaving Team Watley.
What?
You disgraced me.
You're leaving Team Watley. Well,
yes.
Guess what, Andy? I'll somehow survive.
Well, you destroyed me.
First I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong. I learned how to carry on, and so you're back.
All right, that's it. Stop.
What?
Stop. I can't hear it again. You got to do it once. That was plenty.
All right.
I mean, you're not going to sing it to Andy. You don't have a beef with him.
I'm making a statement towards Andy. Andy thinks Team Watley can't survive without him. Key word.
You don't have a dog in that fight.
Andy's going to find himself on a fucko list.
Roger, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. Thanks so much for stopping that song. God, I was about to put a gun to my head. Look, I love you guys. I love O&A. I just want to put all this behind us, and the boys are on vacation now. And I'm
vacation, Roger? Don't be so naive.
They're sitting there saying, you know what they're saying? Ramon, Fez is a shit dick.
Roger, you'll never make it as a pest. That's just too fucking hayseed and stupid and southern. Why go through the whole rhythm? Try to fucking join in with the kids.
If I just say the word Ramon.
People will like me. Hey, I've got a new organization that's taking me in. I'm a pest now. Brandon, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Team Bennington all the way. Fez just turned into a total bag of dicks.
All right, come on, man. Don't be like that.
That's really immature. I'm sorry I don't have your support, Brandon. I'm sorry, but somehow, guess what? I'll learn how to survive. First I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without Brandon by my side. I just spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, and I learned how to carry on, and so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I had known for just 1 second, you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go! Walk out the door, get! Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with
All right, that's enough. Please stop. Just stop. Just stop.
Barely got through the chorus.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Todd, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Ronnie, Fezzy. First of all, that John Carr thing, don't we think, since he was supposed to be so fascinated with that this could have been a shot at his 15 minutes of fame? And secondly, Fezzy, you mentioned the word dignity. Are you not the man who shaved his head blue and spent a week with Elvish?
That is true, Fezzy. You have done some low things.
It was a whirlwind weekend. It wasn't an entire week.
I mean, you act like you are all about dignity.
Right.
And you have to be treated with dignity.
Right. I had to fight for my respect this week.
But haven't you licked a man's balls? Haven't you reamed an asshole or two?
That has nothing to do with dignity.
Aren't you filled with Benoit balls as we speak? What do you know of dignity?
I am not filled. I'm a survivor.
Don't
what?
Do it. Don't do it. Stop it.
Who won?
There are no winners.
What?
What did Guns N' Roses say? What's so civil about a war anyway?
Personally, I'm willing to forget about this. I'm willing to be the bigger person now that it's been resolved. I hope it doesn't continue on. I hope maybe with some sensitivity training, Opie and Norton can eventually come back to 202.
Hey, did you notice that John Mayer slapped my idea right back in my face about the Encore, Radar Love? I think the place would go crazy if they did Radar Love. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, Radar Love is just one of those great sing-along songs, too. It's just a great feel-good song.
I guess that's not what they're looking for on this Mayor Croge tour 2006. I saw Sheryl Crow before, actually. It was at the Tribeca Film Festival a couple of years ago. And they put on like a show. Robin Williams came out, De Niro. It was only like about a couple thousand people. Were you at that show, Earl?
No, I didn't go to that show.
It was amazing. It was like Counting Crows. Wycliffe was there. David Bowie and Sheryl Crow. That's one nutty fucking show.
That's a great bill.
With Jimmy Fallon doing stand-up, Robin Williams doing stand-up, Whoopi Goldberg was there, and Robert De Niro.
That's great all by itself. You don't even have to have a film festival tied to it.
Yeah, it was all part of the film festival. And I think, like, American Express put it on. It was just in this little park. It was really a fucking cool day.
Yeah, it was the park by, not far from the World Trade. Was that Battery Park?
Battery Park,
It
yeah.
was Battery Park.
Still is Battery Park. Has not changed.
That was a great show.
No. How would you know if you weren't there, Earl?
Well, we gave away tickets for it, but...
Bruce, you're on Ron and Fez.
With O&A gone next week, what did it has to do with Ron and Fez?
We're not...
let Jimmy poke Fez's eye out and skull fuck him.
Oh, God, these guys are they can't be real pests. They're so lame.
Yeah.
Please do me a favor. And when there's an actual thing going on, don't you folks give the calls and fucking represent. You've got no timing, no ability to do the voice.
I'm wondering about being played here, because those are not like any pest I've ever heard.
Right, they're pussy pests.
The puss.
That doesn't bother you at all, Fez?
Oh, you know what? It really doesn't. It doesn't. You know why? Because I can rise above things. Mm-hmm. I've been through adversity before, and I know I can survive. First I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong. And I learned how to carry on, and so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here about with... Ow!
Oh! Turn it off. Turn it off.
I gotta have more cowbell.
That one really hurt. I mean, you just whipped it at me.
Sometimes it's going to happen.
I think a rib is broken.
Don't worry, you're going to survive. You will survive. Don't do it. Turn it off.
You said...
I'm picking it back up.
You said I would
Turn
survive.
it off. Turn it off.
First I was afraid.
Stop. Turn it off. I'm going to fucking smash you with this. Hey, I got to tell you guys this yesterday. I go walking outside. Who's standing in front of our building right around the corner? Tony Bennett.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Excellent sighting.
So I tried to call you back, Fez. I didn't have your number. So I called Earl and I go, hey, Earl, I'm right down on 7th. Tony Bennett's here. Tell Fez. He goes like this. He's talking with Dave. Click. He hangs up.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. Tony Bennett was down there talking with everybody. He sang a song. It was fucking great.
Earl, I don't care who it is that Ronnie cited. You have permission to interrupt any conversation with me and Eastside Dave.
Even if you're talking with Eastside Dave?
Yes. Yes. Ronnie could have spotted anyone. Ronnie could have spotted a dime on the sidewalk. You interrupt the conversation I'm having with Eastside Dave.
Chewed gum?
Chewed gum. Interrupt. If there is a dentine sighting there. I miss Tony Bennett.
Oh, he was great, too. Met everybody, signed autographs, sang. He was fantastic.
I hear he's gregarious that way.
Mark, you're on Ron and Fez. What's up, Mark?
How you doing? I was calling Ronnie because it isn't nobody's obligated to give a defendant a lawyer. Once they're given read their Miranda rights, you know, you have the right to remain silent. If you go ahead and give a statement, you screwed yourself.
Yeah, but he's never even been in this country and he hasn't been charged. The thing is, he said this.
That press conference is on videotape, isn't it?
The only thing that would change for me is if somehow, like a prisoner of war, he felt he had to say it because of the people that were holding him. If he was able to say, hey, I'm in a Bangkok prison, I'm going to say anything to believe the guy. If I'm in a jury, I would take that into account and think, yeah, I'd probably say some crazy shit to get out of Bangkok.
Yeah, if he gets charged with this John Bonet murder, I'm sure his lawyers are going to change his confession. He wants to withdraw it.
He didn't do it, cuz that's the thing. This fucking retard couldn't pull it off if he wanted to.
Oh, if this DA prosecutes him and thinks she's going to send this Patsy away for the John Bonet murder?
Interesting you used that word. What was Jean Bonet's mother's name?
Patsy.
Right.
Ooh.
Who makes great Italian food?
Patsy's?
Yeah. Who eats Italian food?
Italians?
Right. What are Italians?
Europeans?
No. Italian Americans. We think of them as
Wops?
Stop being a racist.
Mobsters?
Mobsters, there you are. Who killed Kennedy?
The mobsters.
Yeah.
Mafia.
Kennedy Airport is where?
New York.
What part of New York?
Queens.
Right. Where do you go to drink with? Who do you normally drink with at night?
Queens. Wait a minute.
And this guy seems a little gay. So maybe he did do it. Maybe John Carr did do this.
I understand your lateral thinking.
Thank you.
But I don't think so. And there's a sketch art. For some reason, there's a sketch.
I just wanted to call back attention that Fez went like this. Wops. My children are Italian-Americans, Fez. They'll stab you in the eye.
I mean, she's trying to follow.
Sketch artist.
Now, for some reason, I guess there was a sketch of when this John Carr was wanted before. I've never seen anyone look worse in real life than his actual sketch. The sketch looks like some sort of Alice the Goon.
This is what weirds me out. Look at John Carr. Then think of the song "In Cars" by Gary Newman. He fucking looks like Gary Newman has come back and killed Jean-Benet.
John Carr.
He looks exactly like that guy. Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Matt, Fez, man, I love you, dude, but I don't know what happened between you and Opie, but you can't rub salt in the wound, man, even if you did.
Matt, every time we move on with the conversation, one of you hasty callers brings it right back to that.
You're right.
So I want you to hang up and be this for the whole South. Hang up for the whole South so it doesn't come back up again.
We were talking about a completely different sexual predator.
Right.
John Carr. Not Opie.
This thing is over. It's done. It happened.
It's been settled. There's been a suspension. All next week. And, like all these things, one person survived. First I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, and I learned how to carry on. And so you're back from outer space. I just turned, said, ow! I saw you going, ow! Sorry.
Keep it off. Keep it off.
Ow. God. I don't even know if this hand's moving now.
I'm going to tell you something right now, my friend.
What?
I'm going to end up taking your wallet.
Why? What has that got to do with any of it?
Only thing that hurts you is financial pain. That's the only thing that hurts you.
If I had one on me, you'd be welcome to it.
I'll check your socks. Check those baggy stank socks of yours.
Pockets only. You're only allowed to check pockets.
Whatever I find, I keep. Remember when your friends would say that? Whatever I find, I keep. You got any money? No. Whatever I find, fuck you. Get away from me. You're not going through my pockets to check.
I'm not a treasure hunt.
Drives you crazy. Any ball games on this weekend? Anything happening in the sports world?
I'm trying to think. The Giants won last night. They beat Kansas City. Eli threw a touchdown pass.
Oh, did they? How did he look? He looked good?
He looked, I mean, it wasn't in that long because it's preseason. But while he was in there, I thought he looked good.
What is this, his third season?
Yes.
Is it third?
Yeah. You got to kick in your third season.
Yeah.
First season, we expect you to suck. Second season, you're back and forth. Third season, you got to look like a pro.
He was 11 for 14 last night. But Yankees-Red Sox, 5 games, 4 days.
Beautiful.
5-4.
Now, where are they right now in the standings?
Right now, Yankees are 2 up on the Red Sox.
So this whole thing could turn around with a bad homestand.
It's a game and a half. They're up by a game and a half.
Game and a half, then.
Okay. These guys freaked over the half game. I just saw people running at the window, just throwing Pitsy was throwing papers up in the air. He shot off a flare. Dave, can you ever once come in here and give me the correct information?
I'm going to have to check on that half a game.
You were very quiet today. I noticed you don't want to come out of your little hole.
Oh, not with Mr. C in the studio.
Yeah, Mr. C is in the studio, and then Mr. M came by.
Yeah.
And it just felt like an easy no Dave day.
Oh, yeah. I was working hard on the old phones there and trying to get things organized.
That's funny. For an hour and a half, I don't remember taking a single phone call.
No wonder your phones went so smooth, East Side.
Well, at least someone still had to answer them.
Do you feel like you should still get paid?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Actually, today was the best.
Yeah, I do feel like I should get a paycheck.
Today was the first time that Mr. C and I actually talked for the first time since I've been here.
This is your way of fucking up. You start bothering Anthony. I saw it happen before with Harry.
Okay, I'm not going to.
What did you say to Ant?
No.
What stupid thing did you say?
I actually had to go out to piss right before the show. He was coming in with his girlfriend, and they were like 20 yards away, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to stay here and hold the door for him. And then Anthony said, there he is. And I go, yep, hey, I'll just hold this door open for you, Mr. C. And he went in, that was it. And that was great.
I was glad you had that moment.
You should have taken the change off his desk like Harry was accused of.
He acts like he saw Teddy Roosevelt instead of a guy he works with. Well, guess who came through today? Teddy Roosevelt.
Hey, TR.
Says, by the way, did you see this? Marty Scorsese making a film about Teddy Roosevelt, playing him, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I like all the elements of this.
Really? I would have thought you would have been a little anti for that.
No, I'm liking the thought of this. I think Leonardo DiCaprio as a young TR,
yeah,
I could see that working.
I hope they take it right into old TR. He's got to stop with the biopics. I don't want you to fucking act like you need to pull this off. Where are you on it, Earl?
I'm looking forward to it. I would love to see this because he had a great career.
Thing, knee-jerk. All the films I'd like these two guys to do, a biopic about young Teddy Roosevelt, way down on the list for me. What about for you, Dave?
Thin. Way too thin.
Well, if you look at Roosevelt when he was young, he wasn't a fat guy. It was only at the end of his life.
He also can't do a convincing mustache either, because in The Aviator, it looked like just someone took a mini toupee and glued it to his face.
That was the same, but go back and look at the pictures. Those were the same look that he was trying to capture.
Yeah. That Howard Hughes had.
It's not like he couldn't pull off the fucking thing. They had him do the actual one. And I don't know, did young Teddy Roosevelt have a mustache, Fez?
He had a mustache when he was a Rough Rider. He had it out when he became a cattle rancher. He grew it after his first wife died.
The only thing I think that he'll play well as young Teddy Roosevelt is being an asthmatic. Other than that, I'm not too sure I'm crazy about this.
Then he's got to be Rough Rider and police commissioner and add a lot of things to that.
No. Yeah, I'm not pushing for it. What movies are out this weekend, Earl? What do we got?
Well, the big one is Snakes on a Plane with Sam Jackson. That's pretty much the one.
I see Pitsy looks excited. I got news for you. I think this is something they didn't even show the reviewers. What else is happening, Dave? What else is coming?
We also have that Accepted film with Louis Black. And that's
what is this about? A Louis Black film? I feel like I'm in fucking Earth 2.
It's not even starring Louis Black. It's like one of these. It's the guy from the Mac computer commercials.
Justin Long's his name.
All right, and so it's one of these things. We're going to make up our own college and fool our parents because we never got into one. And Louis Black is like the dean of students that they hire.
Kind of back to school ripoff.
Yeah. It's one of the most annoying commercials. Like, when there's a movie out that you don't want to see, for some reason it seems like they advertise it for 2 months before they come out. So the nice thing will be is I won't have to see that fat guy in the hot dog suit the rest of this weekend going, let me tell you about my wiener.
Because I've never seen this commercial. I know I'm not familiar with it at all. What else is coming out?
Material Girls starring Hilary Duff and her sister Haley Duff. This is a big break for the little sis there. That's fun.
Look at you. You suddenly came in as a lifestyle reporter. Instead of being a guy, you just found yourself as Haley Duff. So we'll be looking for that. And now let's go over to the weather with Black Earl.
And you know, one of the boys from Good Charlotte is going out with Haley Duff, one of the twins there. So
let's see. I care about that, but I'm not 14.
Well, it's just info that you need to have sometimes.
I don't need any of that info.
All right.
Who children are dating means nothing to me.
Well, he's 25. She's 17.
Yeah. You need to get this info to John Carr as soon as you can. He would be very interested in it.
Sounds like young Anthony dating the underage girls.
That story cracked me up. I'm 20, she's 16.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the way the John Carr story was written in the article.
Only that kid was 6 and was raped and killed.
The Snakes on a Plane midnight show was sold out last night. I went and I couldn't get in.
You couldn't get in at all?
No.
Where's this, Staten Island?
No, Long Island.
Oh. I get so... Long Island.
Okay.
Of course.
Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people are excited about this, but this whole "it's so bad, it's good" doesn't ring for me. To me, it's so bad, it's still bad. I never have a movie that's so bad that it's good.
No,
at least not in the theater.
Not Showgirls? You didn't see Showgirls in the theater?
Yeah, I did see Showgirls. I don't know if I saw it in the theater. I still thought it was unwatchable.
Yeah.
Yes. If I'm high with my friends, I'll laugh at those things. But I'd rather see a comedy. I don't want to act like that. I want them to make bad movies for me.
Yeah, I love Showgirls. I thought it was hysterical. I really did. And I thought her
You
banging...
batched to it.
I did.
That means nothing.
Her dry dance on Kyle MacLachlan is one of the best things ever.
But the movie is awful, and they packaged it as this like serious drama on par with like remember the other awful one, Basic Instinct. They were trying to sell it as like the new provocative film. And
well, it was the same writer.
Yeah, Joe Esterhaus wrote it.
Joe Esterhaus, and he probably became, if not the top screenwriter, writing those films right up there at the top. And they were just garbage. Just awful. Basic Instinct, go back and watch it now. Other than the cunny scene, tell me you can make it through that thing by going, am I not watching Last Action Hero?
I didn't even care for the cunny scene. I'm not even going to come close to Basic Instinct 2 when it's on DVD.
Why is that?
It looks awful.
Now you can't even watch it on DVD, though?
No. It's just away from me. Keep it as far away.
Jay, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Jay. You're on the air, buddy.
Hey, buddies. I just wanted to kind of voice my support for Fez, and I wanted to ask him if he felt vindicated with the whole thing, and probably this isn't going to go beyond, this weekend.
All right, Fez, I want to drop this thing between you and Opie, but his question was, do you feel vindicated?
That's a very good question that Jay had, and yes, I do feel vindicated because I didn't know if I was going to make it through this week. It's been a long week, and somehow I was able to survive. First I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, and I learned how to carry on, and so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I had known for just 1 second you'd be back here, O.B. Go on now, go! Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey! Right here, standing here surviving. I'm not just someone that you can just take and bend over some couch anytime you feel like it. Get it, it's not happening. It's not going down that way. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my oh-so-broken heart. And I spent oh-so many nights just feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry. And now I hold my head up high, and now you see me on 202. I'm not that chained up little person still in love with Hughes. And so you felt like dropping in and just expect me to be free. And now I'm saving all my loving for someone named Anthony. Go on now, go! Walk out the door. Just turn around, Norton, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with all your pain? You think I crumble? You think I lay down for Monster Rain? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. Ow! Ow! Ow!
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Ow!
The Ron and Fez Show, XM 202.